I'm the Ronan Pawn, and welcome to twitch.tv/Ronan Pawn live stream on twitch.tv/Ronan Pawn. Just want to say, right off the top there, thank you, Discord, for not going into live streamer mode for the past 2 live streams when I've been live streaming. It's so nice of you. It's so good of you to have little bleeps and bloops going on in the background. It was working like a couple of days ago. Oh, did you patch it out? Oh, thanks for fixing things around here. Welcome to twitch.tv/I'm feeling. I'm in a bad, I feel great. I got a lust for life. I got for life. Here's what we learned, yesterday, is if you have the kinds of health problems I do, and then I'm not gonna say CFS because we've heard it all too many times before. If you live stream for 3 hours straight, standing on your feet, and then follow that up with like way too much pizza, you're not gonna feel good the next time. You're not. That's what I am. Hey, Pawn. Liffy Pop. I smell Iggy Pop. Iggy Pop. Hi. If you have a lust for life, you can take mine, says Heroes451. Oh, no. I don't have the energy to take yours. I was considering taking my own, however. Welcome to Kerbal's Kerbal Space Program. Today, because my lust for life is overwhelming. It's just penetrating. I decided that I'm not gonna do any work today. I'm gonna make you do the work. I'm gonna make you do the work. You're gonna handle it. 3 hours live streaming to launch our custom special Minecraft server, extra hardcore super duper mode. After a week of, back and forth and trying to get all the plugins working together, which they still don't necessarily, but we got it solid enough. Come visit us at mc.ronanpawn.com, which is MC is in Minecraft, not NC as in North Connecticut, or not connected. MC as in mother cock. I'm tired. So you pushed yourself too hard yesterday, Pawn? Too much physical exercise? Nah. I'm good. I'll be fine. Don't worry about me. Hey, look at the clouds coming in. Look at that mod we installed for Minecraft where the clouds just come out. Oh, look at the shader pack I put in on my Minecraft space program center over here. Oh, but the shadows are glitching. Look at that shadow glitch. 8/8, great, mate. I decided I'm not going to do any work today. You're going to do the work. Okay? It's up to you. I will rate your craft on a scale of I'm tired to fuck, I'm tired. That's gonna be the scale of judgment here. It's not just that I'm tired, oh, I'm tired. It is that I'm tired, isn't it? Yeah, that's exactly what it is. We will start from the top to bottom, and as soon as I notice something in this list that is not mine, or is not a stock craft, or that we have not already looked at before, and I'm just looking at you, Dual Dep, 14th Doctor. Haven't we already looked at that before? I don't know, I can't remember. I'm pretty sure we've looked at the 14th Doctor's Dual Dep. Yeah, I remember having that Dual Dep up in me. Yeah, this is submitted by the 14th Doctor, I believe, when we were building, yes, when we were building 1-ton drones. I got on a kick, and I invited you to join me in making 1-ton drones. And, so all of this is to lift all of that. Yeah. Lust for life. All that lifts all this, and it's got wings on it, as you can see. See that? Yeah, wings on it. It didn't fly at all. It didn't fly at all. 14th Doctor, I ranked the dual dap. I'm really fucking tired. That's where I rank that. Next! Now, we're not going to be looking at craft we've already looked at before, okay? Unless we start looking at mine. We're going to be looking at, you guys send me a whole lot of craft. You just post a whole lot of craft. You don't necessarily send it to me, but you posted a lot in our Discord server. Join us on our Discord server at discord.roninpawn.com. You see how the main naming structure goes here? So, you know, if there's ever, like, if I decide to launch, like, my own Pizza Hut website or something like that, you could probably, you know, get in on the backside of it before it's officially released by going to pizzahut.roninpawn.com. Join us at mc.roninpawn.com Minecraft. Join us on Discord at discord.roninpawn.com. Tier 5. Discord isn't recognizing you to be live, says Noah Crowell. Who programs that bot? Discord isn't. Why is Discord not recognizing me to be live? You guys know I'm live, right? I don't have to convince you. The thing I sent has autopilot all the way to orbit. You will love it. Oh, that's great, Rune Antilles. I hope it's the first thing that we get to. I can't wait to not have to do anything. Like, scrolling this list is killing me. It's killing me inside. Catered Crawler, I considered downloading Bejeweled for this live stream. Dove, that's stock. Drone Carrier, yeah, those are things I've made before. Drone for Pawn, we've seen you before, so we're not going to look at it. This was a mobile launch pad. Mobile launch pad. It was very nicely made, too. Very, very fun. Fun. For carrying this, which was another 1-ton drone. This one submitted by Hoyos Streaming, I guess, because that's what it says there. Either that or I've been really seriously trolled. And don't troll me today, I'm really fucking tired. Drone, Mini, Formula 1 Racer, and... so what was that one? That was the Drone for Pawn. So it'll be from there. Drone Mini Mark 1. We gotta get past these damn drones. You guys have sent me some very interesting things, including but not limited to this Formula 1 Racer Mark 1. Okay, no, that's the craft that was the first version of the Formula 1 Racer I built, just testing some things. So that's not, you guys didn't send me that, I sent me that. I rate this craft, divisible by 0. Divisible by 0. That's what I rate that craft. Okay, that craft, however, since we looked at it, we have to see, you know, where it got to over the course of that live stream. In the end, it looked like this. Ah, there you go. The Formula 1 KSP car. In the end, it doesn't even matter if your nose is running on the live program that you do every Sunday. Found out that there's a reason why I do live stream, rest day, live stream, rest day. Friday was the live stream, and Saturday was the live stream, because I decided to do a special. And then today's a live stream, and tomorrow's a live stream. I'm really fucking tired. I rate you, I'm really fucking tired. Noah gave me the eyepieces hologram one. That's not how I got on the server early, Pawn. Well... Noah, you're fired. You're fired. Thankfully, I don't pay you, so, you know, you can't. There's nowhere for you to go. I remember, I don't know what this is, was sent to me. Find us some new things, Pawn. They should be in here. Okay, for example, there is the... We've seen the Cadillac. There's the KV303E sent in by... I have no friggin' idea, but it's something new. It's something, unless this is like... Is this a stock craft? It can't be. It can't be, because what the hell's going on up front with that cockpit? Huh? You got glass over glass in there. It's not a stock cockpit. That's a size 2 droop nose cockpit. Do I even have that mod installed? Have you hacked me in order to get this thing loaded into my KSP? Whoever built it? Supersonic passenger plane. Number 1 toggles the afterburner. Number 2 toggles the air brakes. Number 3 aborts the live stream, and my chair just goes James Bond. VR 60 to 70 milliseconds. So you're saying I can only get 60 to 70 millisecond frame rate in VR? This sucks. 450 meters per second at 12,000 meters is the max, which is my favorite show when I was younger. Oh, you remember Vitimax? Where they just made it so that they could sell toys? It was a good one. It was a good one. Tired Merkin? What? Should I send Pawn Voldemort again? No, don't send it to me again, Pony. I've got many copies of your Voldemort. Pawn's gonna eject from the camera frame? Haven't I already? It feels like I have. Let's put this out on this pad, and then I'll hit T and Z and spacebar, and then fuck it, it's up to you. And then oh, I feel good. I feel good. There you go. You put some lifters in there, you know, some hydraulics. So you can bump it down the street. Throttle's full, SAS on. We've got Halstead Bob and Nebus Kerbal. I'm sorry, I can't be bothered to draw you guys in and do raffles and stuff. I feel great, and Jesus is with me. And I thank him for each new day under which I suffer with this kind of pain. Burn in hell. Here we go. Here we go. It's not painful. It's a little bit painful. Spiritually, it's painful, Jesus. What are you doing to me? Wow, these engines sound broken. What did you do to the engines? I don't think that's right. And why is it going off of the runway? Okay, well, it's got a wide wheelbase, apparently, so I can just, nose it to the left there. We're good now. We're on our way, Houston. Are you there, Houston?
I feel like shit.
Join the club. It's 110 meters per second, and I pull up at the end of the runway. Nice. Nice. Pull the gear in. That was actually... Okay, I'm just going to zoom away so I don't have to listen to that. But, yeah, that's nice. That, it was very smooth. Controlled well off the pad. It's good navy. I'll tell you that. And it feels, you know, good navy. Sleepy Pawn. Ooh. Hashtag no raffle streams, says Mage Lord. Houston worked first time for once. Because I didn't try and make him work. Okay, you know, I can't listen to that, though. Can you do something about the sound of the engines? Please. No. Settings. Masters at 20%. And it's, you know what, I got an idea. You got headphones, Pawn. Yeah. And you've got headphone volume controls here. Turn it down to I'm sick mode. Ah. I can barely hear you now. Oh, and look! We're making supersonic. It is a supersonic passenger plane capable of carrying a bunch of people, apparently. Let's go inside and check all the seats, alright? Feel great. These are not... So I can't look in the back? I was gonna go back there and clean it up for the next... Does that go down? Wait a second. Does that... How do you... Can I... Is there like a stairs down there? Yeah, there's stairs down there. Okay. I was gonna say that from here it looks like they may have built the exit into the bottom of, you know, halfway into the floor. Which I guess for Kerbals wouldn't be a problem. They're rather small. And squishy. Supersonic is faster than 340 meters per second, says Runan Tillies. Oh, I'm sorry. Did I forget to turn on the afterburners? Because I remember that somebody said in the file, it said press 1 for afterburners. It's the supersonic passenger. That's what it says. That's what it's called. It's in the name. Okay? That's all I know. 300 and how much meters per second? You wanted 340? Here's 340 for you. Right? We'll just do it. Just do it so we can officially say it does the thing it's supposed to do, which is be a giant friggin' plane. These things do not just carry 2 Kerbals. I believe these carry 16 Kerbals apiece. Each one of these. So there you go, 340 meters per second at 8 degrees on the 9 degrees on the bubble. And it carries 16, 32, 64, whatever 64 plus 16 is. Pretty good. It's not. Did you do the math wrong? Probably. I'm tired. 80. 80, right? 80 passengers, if I'm right about that they each carry 16. Plus the 3 jerk-offs up here, which at least one of them is a stewardess, you know? Or a pilot catching one of those flights they talked about in that movie with Leonardo DiCaprio, you know, where he's like, he pretends to be all those different things that he's not, including a pilot, right? And so this would be like a bumper. Do they call it like a bumper flight? Or maybe they call it like a fellatio flight, something like that. It was just like a hopping flight that a pilot could get for free because he's a pilot and you just sit in a little jump seat, maybe jumpers. You sit in the James Bond emergency hatch release seat, and then you get to go for free. But you do have to worry that, you know, the captain is going to lean over to the co-captain and say, "Hey, just for fun, push the make his chair eject seat." And this guy turns over and goes,
But I'm tired.
That's what'll happen to you. It needs more washing machines, says Hologram 1. You know what? You're right. I rate it -3 out of 412. That's no washing machines. Wait, there were more buttons to press. 1. Which, no, carry on with the launch. Cancel whatever I was doing. Carry on with the launch. 2 is air brake. Okay, you don't want air brakes at Mach 9 or whatever we're doing right now. What's 3? I remember there's a 3. 3. 3. All of a sudden, just boom! You can see a Kerbal go flying out. 3. Boo! And then you hear diddle-la-da-da, diddle-la-da-da. Some woman in the background singing about her vagina or something like that. Okay, that's good. I like that. Revert me the flight back to the spaceplane hangar. You know, it's not. She wasn't singing about her vagina though. It turns out that was her name. I'm Betty Vagina, because I'm in the James Bond universe. And this is my friend, Chloe Clitoris. I don't know. And Linda Labia. These are my sisters of the traveling sex jokes. I'm tired. I'm tired. That's a very nice 90-some passenger carrying. How it's 81. 80. Wait, didn't it say in the description? You don't have to do math. I swear it said in the description. Supersonic passenger plane. Look, it can carry 60 to 70 million seated people wearing VR helmets. That's what that's. I underestimated the amount of crew. Size 2 crew cabin. Is that under utilities? Yeah, the size 2 crew cabin capable of carrying 16. That plane goes supersonic while carrying 80 people. 80 Kerbals. Why do we not have a supersonic passenger jet? Do we? We do, Paul. It's called every plane you've ever flown in. Why do we not have a, you know, get to Tokyo in 6 hours from some Florida passenger jet? Why don't we? I don't know. It's KV303E. You're beautiful. I give you a I'm slightly less tired than I was a minute ago. In other words, you get the lying to the audience award for Nova Industries. Is that something someone did? Or is that, I don't know. I'm gonna have to load it up because I don't recognize it. Nova Industries, MIN4. It must be something I made because my my logo's on it. I don't think so. Follow-up of the legendary MIN3, but sad because I lost. Oh, this is Noah Cross, like, look at my penis, it's so big plane. I remember this one because he was all like, you know, as seen on, you may recognize this plane from Scott Manley videos. Or running Pawn live streams. Yeah, best plane ever. You fall on me. Yeah, that's that one. I rate this craft a go on a diet out of 6. It's kind of heavy in the hips, you know, which from a man like me, from a fellow, you know, it's just there's a midlife kind of spread is what's going on over. Don't look at the nudes that I posted yesterday. I should really stop doing that regularly. I remember working on the Pontana. Did I work on the Pontana? No, that was a craft by 14th Doctor. The Pontana and the Pontana Mark II. Gohan 646 shoots it. They used to, the Concorde, remember? Says Gohan, yeah. Supersonic passenger planes. Supersonic, embryonic. Why would anybody want to do it like that? Top that. Top that. Because if you want to get me, you gotta give it one shot. Yeah. Yeah. I'm feeling sick. Yeah. That was the Pontana. I remember that one. It was straight out of the Star Wars universe. With pawn theming, so I liked it. What? Wait, I saw the word prospector. No, that's stock. Man, you guys, I swear I've got like a million different craft in here that you guys have sent me. So apparently we all like to name things, you know, in the latter half of the alphabet. Because really? We're to the puzz, and I've only seen like one craft that we haven't looked at before. I downloaded 9 million of them before the live stream. And satellite launcher, no. Sharky McSharkington Mark V looks like it's never been loaded before. The f... Okay, Sharky McSharkington Mark V is here. Oh! Oh! Is this basically your version, someone else's version of my dumpster? Is that it? Because it's got the thing that comes out up front so you can park it looking down at it. Who made it? Oh, we don't know until they claim it in chat, I guess. Or, Noah gets here and then he'll just claim whatever he wants for himself. Major Lord Exelberg, cheer 5, that's mine. Need to cheer the instructions quick. If it involves hacking up a lung, got it. No, the instructions, it's pretty clear just by looking at it that what you want to do, I'll tell you. What you want to do is you want to hit T and Z and spacebar and then go like, I don't know, make some tea, some ginger tea. Well, everybody watches the plane fly or crash or whatever. You'll be making tea, it'll be lovely. I think those are the instructions. I think that's how you're supposed to do it. Isn't hashtag driving to a cliff. Sharky McSharkington Mark V, how much fuel do you carry? I don't know, it's easier to see it when you're on the pad. You've got a 1.13 twir. Hang on. Huh? Yes, Dark Lord. Say it wants to say happy birthday to all of you. I'm not sure if I'm hearing a knocking or not. Mage Lord Exelbirth cheering 10. 2 toggles the afterburner, 1 toggles the Panthers off, and the rocket's on. Okay, so cool. Can you come over and fly it now? I'll put it on the pad and we'll go. 2 is the afterburner, and 1 is switches over to burning the LFO mode. So while we're in the atmosphere, while we're low, we want to get off this, and then what this afterburners doing, then I got it, no problem. SAS, throttle to full, Houston.
In 3, 2, 1.
You sound good, Houston.
I feel good, Pawn.
Okay, wow, it goes fast. Wow, it goes fast. I don't even have the afterburners on. And it's taken off the pad. It's having trouble keeping itself on the pad. 120 meters per second and pull up. Oh, yeah. And get the gear in. Came right off the pad very nicely. Get me nice and low here. I'm going to nose down toward the... Look at her. Look at her. I'm going to nose down toward the sea here. Stay at sea level. I'm going to hit 2 for the afterburners. And we're going to make ourselves some crazy, you know, at sea level... supersonic.
Let's do it like that, Top that.
I'm gonna lean over. You guys have told me in the past you should probably stop doing. I'm gonna fly it the way I fly it. My means of flying are better than yours, and I'm too damn tired to listen to anybody. I'm sick. And also, I'm the Ronin pawn. I never listen to anybody. I don't want to start now. It'd be really change my character, my online persona. I'm in a dick mood, says Hologram One. Yeah? Yeah. Good for you. Good for you. So, you want to be a dick around here? Huh? I'm the alpha dick. Okay? The alpha dick. I'll break mine off and beat you with it. That sounds like something you should take out on someone other than me, says Heroes 451. Nah! Nah! In comes the alpha dick. What are we doing right now? I don't know. We woke up because the alarm went off. And we went, oh, it's going to be a bad day. Let's go live stream. And you probably shouldn't on your feet Minecraft 3 hours in a row and then plan for 2 more live streams over the course of the next 2 days. I'm sad. I'm really sad, says Heroes 451. Well, I'm the alpha sad, and I'll break mine off and shove it up your butt. We're at 815 meters per second. Holy crap, it goes fast. I'm nosing down. I'm nosing down. I'm nosing down. No, I'm switching over to the regular engines. 814 meters per second, 815 meters per second. Yeah, baby. 816, and then switch to the other engines. I don't know, I wasn't monitoring, like, liquid fuel flow or anything. I don't know. Okay, we went through that liquid fuel. Yeah, we went through the one that's just got liquid fuel in it. Okay, so you also did some, you know, balancing the center of mass stuff. So here's where the liquid fuel was stored, and it's just stored right there, which is going to be very near the center of mass, so you're not hurting things as it drains up front. That's a smarty every day. And then you got LFO all over the place, but you're not draining any of that right now. You're just draining from these tanks that are under the wings, and you're draining from the outside. Oh, wow. There's going to be a lot of LFO left when we get up there. We're already doing 1,100 meters per second with an APWAPS of 25 kilometers. And we haven't even moved through the LFO that's in here. Wait, where is it? It's in... in there. That's pretty good. You know, if that's draining and then you got all 3 of these, that's a lot of LF and a lot of O that are going to be left over for us. Damn. Mazord Exelworth. I try, Pawn. Often I fail, but I try, says Mazord Exelworth. Well, you know what they say. As long as you always keep coughing. You know, showing up is 90% of it, and then the like dying is the other, is the last, is the remaining portion of it. Is live on stream. Oh, I should have changed. I should have titled this differently. Watch a YouTuber die live on stream. You know, that would have gotten so many clicks and views. So many clicks and views. Okay, now you're draining from the front and back simultaneous. No, you're draining from all of them simultaneously. Holy crap, I'm pushing the APWAPS, I lost track of it. We've made 2,300 meters per second. Follow your prograde. I pushed this up to an 81 to an 80 kilometer APWAPS, and we're losing it because we're still kind of low in the atmosphere, but it will still be in space by the time this is done. I could have done that. I could have saved us a couple of grams of fuel, but it's fine. It's fine. How we doing here? Oxidizer 132, liquid fuel 169. I'm surprised. I thought it was going to have more by the time I got up there, the way that it seemed to just be sipping through the fuel that was in these. How much do these carry? 180, so that's 360, and then... Okay. I mean, it's definitely, you know, gets you up there, and I presume I could have done it better. Major Exelworth, what's your best to orbit, in terms of, you know, how much liquid fuel do you remember getting up here? LF or O or Delta V or whatever with this craft, if, you know, if it was flown correctly and not the way that I do. Heroes 451. I don't know what's going on, but I'm too tired to deal with conflict. I can make it myself. So, good night, heroes. Top that. It's quote. What? Top that is a quote. Ooh. Dab on those haters. Dab's hard on laters. Dab, dabby, dab, dab, dab. I'm too tired for your bullshit, people. So, I'll bring my alpha dick up there if you're gonna start it. Major Exoport says, Drew 5, the problem is those Mark II parts seem to be low volume and draggy. My best is 30 oxidizer left, says Major Exoport. Really? Okay, well, I'm gonna put it up here. I'm gonna make you proud. I'm gonna put it up here with 32 oxidizer left. It definitely is those Mark II parts. I started building without them when Rune Antilles, I think it was, let me know that the Mark II parts are ridiculously draggy, and you might as well just avoid them at all times and all costs, which is just stupid. Like, this is stock KSP, and you can't use the parts that look more aerodynamic for building your space planes. It's better to just send cylinders in whatever configuration you need to have them up to space. And you didn't, like, fix it. You didn't go, okay, maybe we should reduce the drag on these since it was, over the... No, we just left it like that. Fine. Oh, Pawn's going to get his No, I'm the alpha. I shouldn't be live streaming right now. Listen, anything that I say cannot be held against me in a court of Pawn at a later date. No one's allowed to say, but you said Pawn, because I was under the influence of, sobriety. All day under the influence of sobriety. Wow. We're almost in orbit right now. 2,130 meters per second worth of speed that we got right now. Coming up on our app waps like that, top that, and boom. But wait, oh crap. I'm gonna need a stability assist, and then nose up and fire hard. Pull the app waps back toward me. There you go. Push it out in front of me and drop that. Drop that. If you want to get with me, you gotta get with one shot. Drop that. And we're in space technically, but I'm gonna push for circularization. We have 45 oxidizer remaining. Yeah, boy. It's good. I did good, didn't I? My internet effed off. Did someone give Heroes his worthless quote? Yes. Yes, and I was the one who kicked you off of the internet. I used my / kick off of the internet because I can't deal with you people being rude to each other today. I can't. I'm not. I'm just gonna. Everybody, you know what? You're all kicked. 27 of you in chat are kicked right now. / kick. All viewers. I don't think I typed that. That's a cool craft. I like that. It's a good craft. It's a good craft is what it is. That joke doesn't sail. That joke, I just realized that joke doesn't sail well because you guys see that before I finish because of the delay on the thing. You can't do that joke. You see that, then I do it. It's supposed to be like a surprise. And maybe I delayed it long enough that it worked. I don't know. Revert flight back to the spaceplane hangar, and we gotta find more craft. I can't believe you guys all name your craft upward of P's and S's. Have we only seen 2 new craft today? And I've scrolled through all of this crap, and I swear I've downloaded 1 million of your craft and moved them into the... Maybe I didn't move them into the directories or something. It's probably on me. Listen, I've been sick and busy. I've just been busy, and then being so busy made me sick. That's how it works. What are you gonna do? Noah Crouch Cheers 5 doesn't show up in Twitch because it had a / at the front. So it works, says Noah Crouch. Oh! Yeah, the joke landed! It landed! I can't be responsible for my jokes or where they land on a day such as this. These are all stock or something that I built and needs to be thrown away. Sharky McSharkington is what we just looked at, right? Yes, the Skywinder is stock. The Stark Climber unfortunately contains parts that I don't have in my mod pack, so whoever made that, I'm sorry, but we won't be able to take a look at it. The SSTO, 3 tons. Ronin's wings, 3-ton SSTO. That's not a 3-ton SSTO. What do you mean when you drain it dry? 3T? Maybe it's just 3T is just the number. That is, I'll tell you how many tons it is. Did you mean kilotons? It's 52.61. Oh, 3 tons as in it can deliver a 3-ton payload to space. There you go. And you'll see that not a lot of the Mark II parts are being used because of how intensely, stupidly draggy they are. So we can put 3 tons in space, using this. I didn't make this, right? Somebody else made this. RCS toggle mode, abort, toggles engine. Okay, abort turns the engines off and on. RCS switches us to afterburner on the Panthers. Yeah, because I asked you guys to send me, you know, your afterburner or your Panther enabled SSTOs. So this one's supposed to carry 3 tons, is it? I got 3 tons in my pants, I can show you. I'm the alpha dick over here. Sub-assemblies, SSTO butt kit, right? That's not it. No, you don't want that. Jet drone top, no, I need 3 tons of weight to carry to orbit. Where's the fuel that cost me 3 tons? Surely there's some 3 tonnage in here. Sorted by mass, and show me a 3-ton fuel thing that we'll just carry and then we'll jettison it into space. This doesn't exist. You can't have it, Pawn. Give me this. Okay? That, it's going to change the center of mass. Where's the center of mass on that before I start messing with your design? Nope. Nope. My little bit doesn't weigh enough to make an impact. So I got 2.25. I need another 0.75 here. There's 0.5. There's 1.125. And this is close. So put one of these on there, and we'll call it close enough. It's about a 3-ton payload of liquid fuel that we're taking to space. Because we wanted to see what would happen to liquid fuel if we took it to space, apparently. Who made the SSTO 3-ton Ronin's wings? That is mine, says Runantilles. Okay, let's get her up there. 55.36 tons, right? And I put 3 tons in there. So, yeah, let's give her a go. Onto the launch pad. Oh, I'm gonna turn my volume back up. Because now those engines aren't, and they don't sound horrible, right? The engines on this don't sound horrible, do they, Runantilles? Because I can't take it today. I can't put up with anything. And I shouldn't have to. I ate a big pizza yesterday after, you know, 3.5 hours, in fact, standing on my feet, walking around the room in VR. So there's a reason why I don't, you know, change out of my pajama pants on a regular basis.
Why don't I do it?
Well, you're just lazy. You've been not doing it for years, but I have health issues.
Sounds like a convenient story.
It is. It works out really lovely. Really good for me, is what I'd say. Here we go. With the 3-ton SSTO that just went off to the edge. Don't worry, we'll just move it over. Wow. A lot of friggin' control gear on the pad. There must be some serious reaction wheels in this to just yank itself like that at 80 meters per second and remain stable. Or maybe it's just because it's so heavy. Things you guys have sent me are so damn heavy, they've got a lot more stability than I'm used to. Okay, 140 meters per second, pull up. There's a thing at the end of the runway. Okay, no, we're fine. It's just a little, it's fine. It's the way you should do it. So, RCS switches mode is what I was told. Baby, RCS. Go! Burn, run to the hills. For the alpha penis is on the horizon. Rune said that wasn't his. The next one on the list is, well, who the hell is this then? Go on, reads the only message where I was totally wrong. I've been looking for it. I've been waiting for years. I meant the one under this one. I don't know who built this. Mine is considerably smaller. Can we get that as a quote? Runantilles, 2017. I don't know whose this is. Mine is considerably smaller. It's not even what he said, Paul. He said the smaller part. It's, wait, you need to do the thing. Do the thing. Nose up the way that you like to do, Paul. And once I got like 340 meters per second, I send her up to like 20 degrees on the ball. And I feel like the added compression of the atmosphere against us on such a vertical ascent increases the amount of wizard magic that it takes to take a single stage to orbit vessel. I think that's how it works. I think that's why I can continue making speed at a 20-degree thing, at least right up until I can't anymore, and then I don't, and then I need to nose down ever so slightly, and then we start making speed again. Wizard magic. In fact, where's in the resources? It's not here anymore. In the demo builds I used to play of KSB in the development builds that they sent me when I was part of the media group. There used to be a resource in here. It's called Wizard Magic, and you had to load up. There's also pilots, engineers, scientists, and sex slaves. I don't know how that connected with the Wizard Magic, but they were in there. I promise you that. You ask Harvester, he'll tell you the same. You were climbing way too steep, said Rune Antilles. Yeah, that's what you said last time, and I flew it different. And yeah. So screw you, Rune Antilles. You were just wrong, huh? Remember that? Remember when you were just wrong, and I read it aloud, and you said, and then you followed up by saying my thing is small? Do you recall that? So clearly, if you were wrong about that, you have to be wrong about this, okay? Listen, flat Earth theory has been around for thousands of years longer than this whole we live on a sphere crap. It's a fad. It's a passing fad. I mean, you don't know what you're talking about. 6107, I'm still losing speed. We're gonna nose down is what we're gonna do. And we're gonna... Can I switch the engines to... What do I do? Fire up the other engines to make speed at only 6 kilometers. This one's interesting to fly, I'll tell you that. Okay, now we're making height and speed, but I don't know how to read your things. We got so much liquid fuel in this damn thing. That's just gonna be wasted. Oh, because I put extra in here. When you put extra in here, so it's been draining out to those as well. Yeah. Yeah, okay. Well, we've made too much speed now. We're going to explode in the atmosphere, I'm pretty sure. I'm going to nose up a lot. Because, yeah, we made way too much speed at 7 kilometers. So, yeah. I'm pretty sure this is barbecued. It's going on a grill. Is the deal. Get me out of this lower atmosphere. How are we doing on, like, LFO? Is it draining from all places at once? It is. Okay. Hey! You know... Who knows? It's working, Sister Mason. It made a hell of a lot of speed there. It was 600, but I couldn't get it past 600. It's, you know... They all fly a little bit different. I wasn't climbing too steep. We know that. Right, Rune? Oh... 14.5 kilometers, and we're out of the liquid fuel. Good. So now we're just dragging whatever was left in. We're dragging the weight of the 3 tons to orbit. We've got an APWAPS of 20 kilometers, and we're at 18. So we're about 2.5 kilometers behind our APWAPS right now, which ain't bad, and we're still climbing. Nice and slow with a TWR of just 1.22. Very efficient way to go. If I can get up there is the only thing. And are we halfway through? Yeah, we're halfway through our LFO right now. With 1,850 meters per second of delta V left. I think this is gonna, I know it's gonna do it. I think it's gonna do it. I also think it's going to be, relatively efficient. So where's the fuel here? Oh, we've got more fuel that's not even being drained yet in here. And this stuff that's draining evenly, and then that LFO is locked down or waiting or something like that. So we're keeping... Why is this one... Is this one not going to drain until the end to try and keep the center of mass? I guess that makes sense. Yes, it does. Those tanks are open, aren't they? They are. APWAPS now 5 kilometers ahead of us, 36 kilometers, with our terrain at altitude at 32, and... the delta V remaining that takes 1,200 over that, but we got 1,400 meters per second worth of speed. I'm gonna nose down. I'm gonna nose down to make some speed more laterally, more on the horizon kind of speed. 1,000 meters per second of delta V remaining in order to get us to orbit, and oh, it's magic. We're making tons of speed right now, so screw raising the apoaps at all. Put my wings down on the horizon for maximum ultra speed before our apoaps hits space. We have 750 meters per second of delta V remaining, apoaps at 53 kilometers. As long as I just keep reading the changing numbers on the screen. They're always 56 kilometers. They're always changing. So, you know, it's always another thing to say, which is fun. And also, I don't have to work so hard. 71.5 kilometers we've made on the apoaps. And I killed the engines. And then I follow prograde. And actually, if we needed to make any more apoap sight, if that slips back down in the atmosphere, I can just nose up a little bit and we'll get some extra lift out of it. Because that's how these giant SSTOs with big bottoms work, baby. I like a big bottom girl. This is going to be an SSTO stream, says Rune Antilles. Apparently, should have listed that in the should have listed something, because Jesus. Where is everybody? There's like half of you here that are usually here. I mean, I know I'm sick and I'm not really, you know. Is it just me? My energy? I don't have enough energy, so you're all pissing off? Or are you fighting in chat and you need the alpha penis to come forward? Again. Because I'll do it. I'll whip it out. I don't know what it is, but I will whip it out. They are probably in Minecraft, says Robotic. I'm curious, actually. Quick, everybody go log on to the Minecraft server at mc.rodinpawn.com and check. And then there will be nobody left watching KSP. I've killed the channel. I've killed the channel. Ronin Pawn's channel died when he launched the most successful Minecraft server that the community has ever seen. And then there just was nothing left. There was just no one was left to watch. They were all too busy, you know, trying to figure out how to mine underground when you can't place torches below a certain light level or below a certain block level. Pawn, if you need to stop the stream, I understand. If you're sick, you're sick. No need to kill yourself. I don't know. Seems to me like it would be a valiant effort, you know, if I were to kill myself for it. Right? Fall on the sword for the sake of comedy and alpha penises. 2 monitors are great. Pawn stream on one and Minecraft on the other, says Evil Donner Balkan. Everybody needs to, okay, for Christmas, you gotta ask, you know, someone with money around you. Rax? Ask them for a second monitor so that you can always have one of those monitors set to twitch.tv/RoninPawn. In the event of emergency, you'll never miss a live stream, even if you're not at your computer, because it's permanently set at twitch.tv/RoninPawn. Subscribe today, even though there's no subscriber, just follow button instead, because it's not YouTube, thank God, because YouTube doesn't pay, and Twitch actually, you know, supports me. What the hell just happened? I'm reading my numbers wrong. Oh yeah, I'm sick alright. I'm sick alright. Fire up the engines! We go behind the garage and fire it up, because I am the bull god, you understand? Okay, blast them, and then throttle back, throttle back, throttle back. There you go, Periaps is coming up for us. Periaps. Oh, those numbers that are on the screen now, nosing down, nosing down, nosing down, nosing down, for the perfect circularization. You know it. You know it. There you go, perfect, perfect. 7104 and 7661. We did it. We circularized Kerbal with 304 meters per second and delta V remaining, having carried 3 tons of weight up here in the form of a whole bunch of liquid fuel. 764 of it, in fact. Turn the lights on. There you go. As the sun sets on Kerbal, so it sets on the days of our lives. I went down streaming. And then he just thump hits the floor. He went downstream. Print that on my headstone. Print it, don't carve it. Yeah, laser print it. Etch it with a... Ask Rax. Rax, he's got a laser etcher. He can do it. I need a headstone with he went down streaming. 2,200, we made the 2,300 meters per second requisite to make orbit here, and we did the thing, and we came up with, and we still got Delta V to spare, carrying a 3-ton payload. Pretty impressive. Pretty impressive, but I'll tell you what, it's not as impressive as, I don't know, You know what I should do? What? You should have been leaving all this stuff in space, Spawn. Because why not? It's the David save file. You know? It's free. You've just been wasting all this. Everything else that can get to space will stay in space from now on. We're gonna litter space with your craft. But that one, with 300 meters per second, was efficient, but there's no way that it was as efficient as Rune Antilles. Because that's why I'm guessing it's going to be no way that it's going to be more efficient than Rune Antilles. The is this one? The Mark 58. Did I read that right? The Mark 58 pawn. It's the pawn. No way that it's as efficient as this sucker. Here we go, people. We've got 2 Terrier engines for the spacing to go with our 1 Panther afterburning turbo engine, carrying just however much fuel is in it. 720 fuel between those two. Yeah, 720 liquid fuel, right? That's all the liquid fuel. I don't see it hiding anywhere else. We're draining our jet fuel from here, and here, and here. And since this is Rune Antilles' ship, I will fly it the way that I fly it. On takeoff, get a 5-degree angle of attack and put the Panther on wet mode. Then do nothing until you're at 12 kilometers and see the speed stop increasing. At that point, turn on the rockets. When the speed switches to the orbital mode, put the autopilot on prograde, and when you reach your desired, and then he just trails off. That's when you reach your. Oh, there it is. It won't scroll for some reason. There we go. When you reach your. Yeah, your file is when you reach your. Okay, it's toggle Panther. When you reach your desired apoapsis, is cut the main engine. Got it. Why won't you? It won't scroll. What have you done? You've broken everything. This is far less efficient because of how long it takes me to click on it. Toggle the Panther mode, toggle the Terriers, and toggle the cargo bay. It's got a cargo bay. Is it carrying anything in the cargo bay? Yes. Monoprop. Why you gotta hide your monoprop like that? It's a sphere. It doesn't generate any drag. You got a sphere, you got a probe, you got 2 batteries. What do you got on the bottom here? You got more monoprop. Okay. Alright. I will try and follow your instructions, except I forget them all, and the way to do it, too. Panther, on and off with 1, so 1 and 3 toggles the engines. So that's how I flip them from one to the other. And then 2 is wet. Well, it's afterburner anyway. And don't touch 4 until or unless you're in space. So 5 degrees, angle of attack, and then put the autopilot on prograde when the speed switches to orbital mode. Right. Sure. I can remember to do all those things. It's ugly though, says Hologram 1. You think that's ugly? I think it looks kind of cool. I've built like a lot of SSTOs, says Rune Antilles. They're fun, aren't they? Way more fun than... Hang on. Are you cheating? Are there fuel tanks embedded in fuel tanks? That was a lot of things here. That's how you cheat, you cheater. You cheat. There's monoprop in here that doesn't get drained in the nose. Okay, in the cockpit. Curious. Curiouser and curiouser. SAS on. Throttle to full. And Houston, could we get a countdown?
God, that plane is ugly.
I totally disagree. I'm not even joking there. It doesn't look ugly to me. Looks like a damn, I like the fact that it's about as small as you could possibly make an SSTO. Curious to see how she handles. So, Houston, handle.
In 3, 2, 1, fire.
And we're off and away. Fighter jet is greater than SSTO, says Hologram 1. As long as you're in a game where there's, any combat. Where there's any kind of military conflict or anything. I wonder when I can pull up. I can pull up now. Bring the gear up, but you're going to want to actually, you're going to want to actually nose up and keep yourself above the, nose up a little bit more. There you go. It's a good one, but you're going to, nope, you're still not quite, and you need to move, you need to pull over toward the 90. You've come off of the 90 on the ball. You want to go up nice and eastward. Not that it matters much. Wow. Wow, it's very, Yeah. You know? It's... Yeah. It doesn't have a lot of TWR in this mode until I set... So let's set 5-degree angle of attack. Now, do you mean on my... Should I get my prograde there? Or should I get just my... I'm going to hit it now. Ready? In 3, 2... Which one was it? 3? Was it 2? 4 was this? I'm going to go with 2. Yeah, I guessed right. So, is that good? Is it press 2 in other words? Oh. Prop SSTO fighter jets are greater than SSTO fighter jets are greater than fighter jets are greater than SSTOs. So I just leave it like that? This is good? As our prograde's about at 5 degrees, maybe 4, and then our trajectory is, you know, we're looking at like 7, maybe 9 degrees, 8.5 degrees on the ball. But man, she took off in a hurry as soon as I hit the wet mode, eh? Now do nothing. Alright, we're gonna go make some tea. Well, you can wait. You can wait until the midstream break to make a pot of tea, can't you? Maybe. Maybe I can. Now do nothing. I do like that command. That is a good command. Now do nothing. What if I move the camera? Ah, you screwed it up. You've increased our drag and our weight and everything. This is going to take a minute, isn't it? We are slowly but surely still making speed in a craft that was having trouble holding itself up before I went to the afterburner. And yet, 370 meters per second, followed by 371, followed by 372. We're making almost a meter per second at this point. I am also a bit tired, says Rune Antilles. Well, you know what you should do for yourself, Rune Antilles? You should make yourself a nice pot of ginger cinnamon tea. And, give me some while you're up. By the way, you will be really close to burning off that front intake, says Rune Antilles. Okay. Okay. When the speed stops increasing, hit 3 to turn off the engines. I mean, turn on the rockets. So, Rune Antilles, when I do turn them on, I just leave the jets going. Don't go out of my way to kill the jets. Just hit 3 to turn on the LFO burning engines and let the jets burn themselves out by being air-starved. Is that what we're doing here? Oh, and look at the belly of the thing. It has a surprise. The belly? There's a docking port. There's a baby junior extra double. It's a docking port. So we can mate with a thing in space. This craft, I believe, I don't see any reason why not. Yeah, this craft would be compatible with my current career mode. All those parts are unlocked. All those parts, including the bubble monoprop that's in there, and the probe, and everything that I see on here is an unlocked part. Oh, it's got monoprop. It's got RCS too. Well, of course it does. It's carrying 2 monoprops. What do you think they were for? I don't know. Just to show off. Just to show off. Yeah, the jets can be turned off on orbit. It won't matter, says Rune Antilles. Alright. I'll just leave them on to burn out of oxygen. This is basically my version of your current light SSTO. Yeah, says Rune Antilles. Okay. I did the thing with your tech level. Well, I can't remember what mine even looks like now. It's got those weird... I put on the tails, the tail things as nose cones on the wings, so that it's got, you know, it looks like it shoots forward. Yeah. Yeah. This is... I appreciate the aesthetic and the build of this. Oh, 695, 696. Now we're still making speed at 14.5. Wow. I'm gotta get ready to hit 3 though. Yeah, we're there. We're there. We're there. 3 isn't working. Hit spacebar. There we go. Spacebar. I don't know what happened. 3 didn't work for me, so I just hit spacebar. And now we're burning everything. Yeah. I appreciate the how small can I make an SSTO of it. You know. How small, how efficient, that sort of a thing. You use Twitch engines instead of these, but we get the same TWR on rockets, says Rune Antilles. I use... What are there's Sparks. Spark engines. I use like 6 of them. 6 Spark engins. Okay, so you said we'd be near the thing. Oh, am I supposed to, when the thing goes orbital, when the speed turns from surface to orbital, I'm supposed to click prograde. Oh. You know, for a plane where I don't have to do anything, sure have to pay attention. You know, and that's my worst suit. I don't know if this one's going to work for me, really. Maybe I misremembered. No, you might have been right. I don't know. I don't know. But spacebar worked, and that's fine. 6 times 20 equals 2 times 60. Yeah, sure. I don't, math? Why you gotta bring math into it? Huh? What's math got to do with it? What's math but a secondary emotion? Are those the lyrics to the original? What's math got to do with it? What's math but a alpha penis slapping? This is it. This, I'm liking the whole, you know, sit here and do nothing part of it. But I would like to feel as though I'm involved. Can I touch anything? Am I allowed to touch anything? You know what I mean? If you know what I mean! In thrust, engines you use have 20 kilonewtons, and these have 60 kilonewtons of thrust. Are you saying combined? Each might have 20 kilonewtons, right? Oh, we switched to orbital, go prograde. Yeah, each should have 20 times 6, so I should have 120, and you've got 60 kilonewtons of thrust, so you've got 120. Is my weight better by using 6 of them? Because I seem to recall that their weight, I don't know. Maybe I just did it because I like those engines, but I thought, it doesn't really matter when it turns out, you know, when it comes down to, like, which of us gets to orbit with more delta V remaining, and I'm pretty sure yours is going to do better. Okay, we're going real fast right now. 52 kilometers, 53 kilometer app-waps, 2,100 meters per second is what we got here. 56, 57. Oh, we're climbing ever so lovely, and the prograde trick is just we're coming down the ball in the perfect sort of thing. 69, 70, 71, 72, 73. I've killed the engines at 73, and yeah, don't think I could be closer to burning that small circular intake off if I tried. But we did it, and we're going to keep most of that speed. You know, we're not going to scrub that speed off because of the way that you had me fly up. I wonder if I just had a better flight method for my craft if I could compete with the Delta V that you're leaving up here. Because I, you know, make a lot of speed that I end up scrubbing by not being high enough on my altitude by the time I'm killing my engines. So I'm still down, you know, somewhere in the 30-kilometer range when I'm killing my engines down there. And I'm also not following my prograde like you. I could try this 5-degree kind of thing, but it would be, you know, it's plane to plane, isn't it? It's going to be each one of them has a little subtler trick to it. But I'll bet I could fly it better, eh? You think? You should see 700 meters per second on orbit. The other engines have slightly better ISP. Interiors are much more efficient than thuds also. Wait, what? In thrust, the engines you have... You have more drag. That's the only difference, says Rune Antilles. And some of that is an aesthetic choice because I wanted to have pointies, right? The other engines have slightly better ISP. You should see 700 meters per second on orbit. Okay, wow. So it's only going to take me... It's going to take me less than 100 or around 100 meters per second to finish off this orbit. Cool. And we're carrying a ton of monoprop. You brought up a lot of monoprop, which, you know, unless you're using that for ballast to you know, keep the thing stable or something like that, if I dropped the monoprop or if I only brought one ball of monoprop up, then I would presume I could, you know, we could lift off this, we could be here with 778, with the orbit completed or something, right? We'd be closer to like an 800 meter per second orbit, I would guess. That would be my guess, but I don't know. I don't know. I mean, there's a lot of weight in you know, a pair of balls. You ask, somebody, and they'll tell you, somebody with who hasn't been neutered for the sake of you know, veterinarians, incomes. If they haven't been neutered, then they'll tell you, yeah, balls. Whew. Yes, it's a heavy load. It's a burden to us all. There we go. Burn that app waps up. Burn it, burn it, burn it. There you go. Less, less, less. Hold the periaps. Alright, less, less, less. And then nose, nose down. Nose down and then throttle up. Throttle up, nosing down and throttling up. There you go. Oh no, you're below this, and then fire up harder. Yeah, and okay, you went the wrong way. But we're in space right now with 670 meters per second. I didn't even do anything and I screwed it up. Didn't even fly it and I screwed it. But okay, that 670 meters per second is, you know, a lie. It's the LF and O that you've got left, sure. But one, we've got, there should be a disparity in the L and the O, right? So we've got, how close are we with what's left here? We brought up, basically we've brought up liquid fuel that we could deliver somewhere, because we've got more than we need. And we've got a ton of monoprop in the form, or, well, in the form of monoprop. We got a ton of RCS, a ton of Delta V that we could have, like this, for, you know, making our circularization, which I just did, in fact. I pushed it up to the 72. Is that, am I going in the wrong direction? Probably. Let's see, without looking at the map, let's just get us some more circularization using monoprop. That's good, isn't it? Yeah, it's fine. There you go. So there's a bunch of Delta V to be had out of the monoprop, and 671 meters per second of Delta V. The more that I burn the monoprop, the more Delta V we get out of it. I think you could take this thing to the moon on liftoff if you, I don't know, something, the other do. Need a little bit more Delta V than 700 to get to the moon. For a flyby? For a flyby, not much more. And with the Delta V for monoprop, I think you could do it. Turn the Delta V out. Turn that off. Come on, get me up here. The margin on liquid fuel is for landing afterwards, says Rune Antilles. Well, how much Delta V do you think I got? I don't think it'll make moon, says Rune Antilles. Well, we're about to find out. Aren't we? Aren't we about to find out, do? Fire on your prograde a little bit early, because it's only 120 kilonewtons of force. I don't know. Maybe I don't have to, but I'm firing now for the moon because some of it's going to have to be pushed with monoprop to get out there. I thought you need 580 for moon. 580 is for landing. For getting there, I think it's 860 for a free return trajectory, or just, you know, to pass in and out of its SOI. Not even a flyby, says Rune Antilles. You lack faith. I have the higher ground, Anakin. I don't know. It's Vivecraft, baby. Vivecraft. I have the higher ground, Anakin. How much Delta V do we have now in monoprop? Turn the engines off, turn our CS on, turn the engines back on. That didn't work. I turn them off, and then can I have you show the actuation toggles 4x throttle. Show the actuation toggles 4x throttle, and then yeah! Hold your... Are you firing? You're not firing all of them. Okay, they're individually placed, or the game is just stupid. 4x throttle. 4x throttle. We're going to the moon with your SSTO. Go! Go, Power Rangers! You mighty Morphin Power Rangers! Maybe you'll hit the SOI on monoprop, says Rune Antilles. That's what I'm going for here. I mean, we pushed our app-waps out pretty good. The more speed you're already making, the easier it is to make the speed. Monoprop is 112 is what we've got. And look at how that's raising. Look at how quickly that's coming up. We got enough to friggin' circularize the moon in monoprop here. Underestimating the authority of monoprop is what I say. You've built a hell of a thing that I think you can take to the moon on monoprop easily. At 3.2 million with that raising as fast as it is, and our weight dropping as we burn the monoprop, and we only got to get to like 10, 11 million in order to hit the moon. This can be done. This ain't gonna work, says Hologram 1. I really doubt it, says Rune Antilles. Paul, if you're gonna sing a decent song. You don't like the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers song? How about, Raphael? He's the leader of the group, transformed from the norm by the nuclear goop. No? How about, okay, so if you want some, you know, some white guy rap stylings here, how about, cruising my, what is it? Cruising Mos Espa in my DeLorean. The war is over, I'm a peacetime Mandalorian. My story is some Star Wars historians deep in debate. Buffet plate at Ben against Rob Renegade. Sure to penetrate first and second defense. I won't hesitate, got a job to do. Darce a guy that delegates. Got something against Skywalker, someone he really hates. I don't give a fuck. I'm after Solo. For all I carry, could be hiding Yoda's dojo. Gotta make that money. Credit's no good when the Jawas run the shop in your neighborhood. Think you can cook? I got a grappling hook. Let's make this quick, cause I'm really booked. I'm a devious degenerate, defender of the devil. Shut on all the treasure competitors on the detention levels. My backpack got jets. I'm Boba the Fett, and I bounty hunt for Java Hutt to finance my vet. Wicka wicka, I chill in deep space. A mask is over my face. Will I deliver the prize? But I still narrow my eyes, cause my time I don't like two ways. Get down, I'm a question, rep this enigma. Step into my slave one, I'll find your home and signal from Endor to Hoth. Ripley to Spock, I'll find what you lost, but there's gonna be a cost. My name is Boba Fett. I know my shit is tight. Don't start acting right. Get frozen carbonite. Got telescopic sight. Flamethrowers on my wrist. Targets are made to hit. Spike boots are made to kick. You think I give a shit? Your mom is a bitch. I see you in the Sarlacc pit. You just scratch my itch. Integrity's been ditched. You know I get you yet. You know I come to get. Got Latinas and Latinos say to lick my lips, so I let you baggy little spaceship. This I got there. As far as I can go. How's the monoprop doing? I'm good. I'm fine. And here you were exhausted. Nah, I'll be exhausted tomorrow because I did that too. It's okay, we got a live stream tomorrow, it'll be great. Tier 5, Mighty Morphing Power Rangers was one of the best shows. Fight me. Also, damn Pawn, you can rap. Oh my god, Rap God. The Django Fett songs is hologram. That's MC Chris. MC Chris with Fett's Vet. He's talking about his, you know, spaceship faced like a helmet or whatever it was that he used to fly. And he broke himself, says Rune Antilles. Yeah. It's about the place in the song that I can't get past very easily. It requires a lot of oxygen that I no longer have the ability to process. You damn humans with your oxygen breathing ways. Oh, it's so close. 25 monoprop remains out of the 128 that we brought up here, and we're at 6.5 million apoaps, and we're going through like about 100,000 over the course of 2.5 seconds. Monoprop is draining like 1 unit every 1.8 seconds. Come on, we can do it. We're so close. We're so friggin' close. Now Pawn needs 2 days of recovery time. Probably. Crack you open like a tom faster than the Autobahn or motorbike and Sean, do the deed and then I'm gone. Contact Liversean. Chapter has a hissy fit. Something, it's too legit. I don't know that part of the song, but I love that he's just too legit to quit. Hey! We're out of things. How are we out of things? We've still got 7 point... Well, no, we're not out of things. We're not out of things. This just needs to be opened. Where's the cockpit? More monoprop. Keep going. We're getting to the moon today. Damn it. 7.5 remains. Apoaps of 8.2. 8.3. 8. Oh, so close. 1 unit of monoprop remaining. Seeing that excess 50 units of liquid fuel, if we would, okay, I know you like to flash. Alright, yeah, I'll fix you later. That excess 50 units of liquid fuel kept us from making moon. Also the fact that I came up with 670 meters per second of delta V left, after my circularization, and if it's true that you can get 700 on a slightly better flight, this can get to the moon. I promise you that. I believe the liquid fuel is, you know, having like 10 left over is more than sufficient for coming back down. Because you're not going to be running the Panther in afterburner mode anymore. You're just going to be, you know, just enough engine to keep you aloft while you find land. Unless, you know, yeah, that's all you need. It'll take you ages to burn through 10 liquid fuel, so we're carrying 40 extra liquid fuel that we didn't need, and, you know, that's pretty much it. And I didn't come up as efficiently as this plane apparently can. This can make moon. I'm telling you this can make moon, Rune. Look at how close we are. 8.5. All we need is, you know, 1.5 more, right? Something like that. I think the moon's SOI stretches out to around 10 million if you hit it at the right time. Actually, if you replace the whole payload bay with a small LFO tank, says Rune Antilles, that's another option. But as it is, I think you still got one that can make it. Maybe just, you know, drain a little bit of the... So do those two things. No. Keep it exactly as it is. No. No. Do it another way. No. It's a good plane is what I'm saying. It's a very good plane. I like it. And we're going to leave this plane out there for... In fact, let's see how close we got it to the moon. Huh? Huh? I mean, maybe it grabs it. I don't know where the moon's SOI is. I'm not a professional spaceman. It is marginal for longer trips, says Rune Antilles. I mean, you could just drop half of the monoprop, because that's, you know, excessive monoprop for an SSTO that's not going to the moon. Right? And that would increase the amount of delta V that you'd have in orbit. Maybe, a little bit. Maybe. And then you could replace that space with like an Oscar B. You know, just a touch more liquid fuel where you were otherwise storing the monoprop. Huh? Huh? I don't know. Come on, Moon, grab us! Grab us, Moon! I'm pretty sure, I don't know, 8.5? Can you even be grabbed by Moon? By Moon? At 8.5? I don't think so. It's a pretty good time to leave. You know, I compensated pretty well for the fact that it was going to take us a minute, wasn't it? Yeah. It was going to take us a minute to make that burn on monoprop. I am the Ronin Pawn. And that's a hell of a space plane. And some rap god skill. Back to the Space Center. In fact, I have a single stage to anywhere, says Rune Antilles. Oh, do you? Does that count, Eve, says Bearsuit Lane. Well, it's a one-way trip, right? To anywhere. Single stage to yeah. Just... You want a really long-ranged one? I've got more craft here that you guys have submitted to look through, and we will continue looking through these craft as a cheap way of me getting some content out of... we planned to do this since last week. I told you guys, next week, we're going to look at all the crafts that you guys have sent me, because you sent me a bunch of them, and I've been asking for you to send them over, and you have been, and I haven't looked at them yet. So we're doing what we said we were going to do. I'm no liar. But I'll tell you what, we won't be back in 7 minutes after this live stream break, because we will be wrapping. I've got a battle going on. You know, I'm in Detroit, so I got to go down to 9 Mile, 8 Mile. I got to go down to 8 Mile, and you know, Mom Spaghetti is just gonna come up on me. So we won't be back in 7 minutes. Don't listen to MC Culla's Grandmaster Blues while we're gone. Okay, apparently you're serious. No, okay. And there won't be more KSP after this short break with your crafts. It's not going to happen. Pawn completely out.
I've been fine and I've been wide. I even sailed to the 7 seas, but I ain't never seen not something. That's your eyes, still not me. Pick up my suitcase, head on down the road, and maybe when I come back, by then my love might have even sold ourselves. I don't want no skinny woman, a woman who's got no sense of style. I want a girl with a diamond ring on her finger, one who knows how to say nothing. I just can't find this girl nowhere. Until I do, I'ma stay alone. If we can learn to love each other, then the truth will set you free. Oh, maybe pain and sorrow, there's no tomorrow. Will take a hold of me, baby, baby, baby. All alone, baby, won't you come run, but I know where I'm from. Let's head on, dead on down the highway. And maybe when we come back, by then you will have seen things my way. I don't want no skinny woman. A woman who's got no sense of style. I want a girl with a diamond ring on her finger. One who knows how to say nothing. I just can't find this girl nowhere. Until I do, I'ma stay alone.
Do you know the secrets of making friends? They are so simple and easy. That looks easy enough. And Joey is going to try it out.
Now the summer's here, but just for a while. The night arrives, now I can smile. Just a little bit, speak up a little bit. It's past my bedtime, a season ago. Just a little bit, put out a little bit. When the birds and the insects put on a show. Give up a little bit. As the heat goes up, the cares go down.
Find good things in people.
As the fire gets hot all around the
Tell
town.
them the good things.
Summer's here to stay, but it's not too
Smile
late
and talk to people. That's the first thing.
to feel the need to pollinate.
All day, things have been going better for Joey. Still smiling and talking to people, finding good things about people and telling them about the good things. Going home isn't going to be lonely this time.
When the morning comes and no one's around, the sun struts in blinding, but without a sound. My friends and I laugh as we sit in the dark and watch the hills blossom near Central Park. And as the heat goes up, the cares go down. As the fire gets hot all around the town. Summer's here to stay, but it's not too late to feel the need to pollinate.
Mother thinks that's a good idea.
am the Ronan Pawn, and welcome back to a twitch.tv/ Ronan Pawn live stream here on twitch.tv/ Ronan Pawn. And I reminded me, well, I reminded myself a little bit there, didn't I? So it reminded me that once upon a time, I had a blog, and on that blog, I used to post little musical things, a lot of different things that I used to like to do. And on that blog still is a rendition of another MC Chris rap song, because I just spat some fat rhymes, y'all, from MC Chris before, and I did this with full music. I thought this would be a way for me to regain my center and just let things go. This is MC Chris's, it's Ronan Pawn's rendition of MC Chris's "White Kids Love Hip Hop."
White kids love hip hop. 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 White kids love hip hop and disc jocks, go-karts and fist fights, getting drunk on bud and getting high like a bitch pipe. Are you an MC Chris type, a hip hop loving half pint? Just turn on your heart light, a Bunsen burner bar fly. It's our time to blast a boom box, liberate the goondocks. It's like your cousin in a tube top, I bust a nugget in a tube sockets, two pockets, big pop, it's hip hop, it don't stop. I love that song, I love that groove, motherfucker. Well, I can't help but move, so if you don't mind, if it's alright with you, I'm gonna get an electric sideline just to prove that white kids love hip hop. 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 Axel, tractors, and Rambo playing Unreal Tournament with infinite ammo. Taggers and vandals in black socks and sandals, doing as many drugs as they can motherfucking handle. Skipping school, breaking rules, and flipping the bird. Fast food cartoons after hitting some murder. Freaking them flirts, making a purr till it hurts. Just a couple of nerds clocking the curbs. A couple of words about Manila wickers. Packing beaters that are measured in millimeters. We don't talk in the theaters like we're Siskel and Ebert. We drink box wine and we listen to Weezer. White kids love hip hop. 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 Like Rob Van Winkle, Hammer, MC Usher. Yeah. Oh, who's that new guy? Oh, he's my favorite urban hip hop artist. What's his name? Justin Bieber.
There you go. There you go. The pawn is fully risen. The pawn is fully woken up. Yeah, something broke loose when I did the MC Chris thing there. And I've learned the hard way so many times, but over and over, not to push through chronic fatigue syndrome, because there's no pushing through it. You can't, like, usually anyway, historically, try and push through it, and it just means your body, like, your body just says, no, I can't, and then you're like, yes, you can, we can do this, I can overcome with mind power. And it doesn't work out for me, so I've stopped trying. Maybe I should try a little bit every now and then, because, damn, something broke loose. I think it was a piece of my lung is what broke loose. We are looking at your craft here in Kerbal Space Program today, and where the hell are the ultra low tech cargo SSTO? Hey, here's another one that you guys sent me that I haven't looked at before because the image isn't even loaded. Wow. I feel like this came from the same artist as another one that we looked at recently. What the hell is in here? It's just space to drop a thing. Space to put a thing. I wonder how much, let's see if it says anything. 7, maybe 8 tons to orbit. Just made for the Ronin pawn. Find that he can land this. So you're challenging me to be able to land it? Note, don't explode. Oh, good. Good, excellent. What are the, do we have any, like, buttons or anything that we need to be pressing? Possibly, maybe not, though. Action groups? Customs? 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 No customs? Nothing tacked on to RCS? RCS switches the mode of the Panthers, okay. And then we got lights. Abort, then, would be to turn the engines off. That would turn the swivel engine. Swivel? Oh, yeah, these. Okay. It'll turn both of those off? Yes, it will. If we wanted to do that. Understood, then. So it's RCS to enable, to switch the mode into afterburning on the ultra-low-tech cargo SSTO. Ice Cream Pawn, I'm going to DM you some rap songs. You should try those. Okay. Feel free to drop them into the music channel on Discord, too. Share them with everybody. No Pony, I don't want it. What don't you want to do? Hello, Triflistic. Hello, Runa Antilles. Hi, how you doing? Welcome to the second half of the stream. Pong, you should do more music stuff, says Triflistic. I don't know. I'm past my prime, and nobody cared when I was in my prime, so I don't know. I've never seen a mini-fairing SSTO. It's cute. It's absolutely cute. It's low-tech, so you can do this pretty damn early in the game, apparently. I think you've gone, whoever built this sucker. Is this another Rune Antilles? This isn't Rune Antilles. He did it with, I don't know, maybe it is. But I think you've gone a little bit overkill on the air intakes. I don't think people know just how few air intakes you can get away with and still be able to do an SSTO and still have it run like well up into the 15 kilometers and stuff like that. I see air intakes like just spam the hell out of on SSTOs, and it's I think it's a holdover probably from, I hear Discord chirping in the background, so I'm pretty sure Lytra is sending stuff to me. I think it's a holdover from like a previous era when you really did need all those air intakes, you know, probably Scott Manley instructed everybody, put a butt ton of air intakes on the thing. But yeah, I've gotten away with like a single air intake where 6 were there previously. I'm not going to change anything. I'm not saying it's a bad design or anything. We're going to fly it right now. But something to bear in mind, you know, you might want to go back to some of your SSTOs where you're looking to optimize and get the maximum out of them, and drop the weight of your air intakes, if you can, without losing, you know, aerodynamics and that sort of thing. Oh, it's the middle of the friggin' day. Yeah, Discord, you're supposed to be shutted the hell up. You're supposed to know that I'm live streaming when XSplit is open, and shutted the hell up is what you're supposed to do. Bleeping in the background of my live streams. It was always, I didn't change any settings. It just worked before. And then I'm sure Discord updated itself, and now we're screwed. In the night, Pawn, I have no control over the spin of the planet. You have infinite control over the spin of the planet. Well, look at me not doing anything about it. Houston?
Yeah, what do you want?
Well, you sound like you've gotten worse, and I've gotten better.
Yeah, that's kind of how it goes around here. If you wouldn't mind getting sicker again, that would help me out. Like a lot.
No, it's on you now, buddy. I'm free of it, and you're just gonna have to count down from 3.
One.
Thanks, Houston.
Anytime.
No problem. Lights, right? We said we got lights. There we go, we got lights now. Beautiful. Alright, you're slipping a little bit to the left. That's fine. Most of you quit DMing me. Or I'll just close Discord. That's what I should do. I'll just close Discord down until the end of the live stream. You're supposed to be in the producer chat, Pawn. I was so tired and sick. I forgot about everything. Pull up. We're nearing the end of the runway. Pull up. Pull up. Yeah. Okay. No, it's fine. It's fine. You just got to run it off the end of the runway. Hey, I got my SSTO is, you know, pretty much the damn same. Whoa, whoa, whoa. There's a black ocean out there, and you're going toward it. Pull up, please. Tier 5, Houston, sacrifice Pawn to the gods of health. You'll feel better. Are we good? We're holding, more or less. So enable the afterburners. 200 meters per second. And we're going in this SSTO. and we're gonna build the 300 and something, or should I do it the way Rune Antilles says? Because it worked out real damn well on his ship, on his craft. Just sit here and hit the R button and don't do anything. I think I'm gonna fly it the way that I usually fly these things, because I've got a lot more experience with that, you know? You gotta trust your first-hand experience. And it's not as though my only experience is over the course of like the past month and a half. Is at 340 meters per second, I'm gonna pull up. I'm gonna pull up to, shoot, I need to tilt my wings because we're going in the wrong, okay, and that's the right direction to have your wings tilted, but no, you need to, okay, I'm losing a lot from that. Maybe I should have done it the way Rune Antilles does it. Just get your wings flat. You lose a lot of speed if your wings aren't flat on the rise. I'm just trying to keep us going generally in the eastward. Oh, this one's tough to fly. Oh, she's tough to fly. Pull up, and then go over and close Discord, because apparently you guys think it's fun to screw with my live stream when Discord breaks everything on me through an update patch. This is why I don't update anything. Okay, I am on a version of XSplit. On a version of XSplit that has been deprecated for just months. Yeah, keep bleeping. Just keep bleeping. I'm about to bleep. I'm about to break. What I'm gonna do. Discord, where are you? You're not there anymore. Suck on that, Discord. Alright, 15 degrees on the bubble. Took me a minute to get there, so we were, you know, shaving speed while I was doing that, but we're now headed more or less on the eastward and going up at the angle that's a little bit shallower than I would usually do. But we're still making speed as we climb through the lower atmosphere with a TWR of 1.22. I think Houston is dead, says Allogram 1. That's like Paul. Just because you hear it in the background of a Beatles album backwards doesn't mean it's true. It will work just as well on this one, says Rune Antilles. Well, I'm already doing it my way. I did it my way. You can print that on my headstone too. Because it'll probably be relevant to the way that I went. Boy, to anyone who cares, says Anus Lord. I care. Hello, Anus Lord. And congratulations, by the way, on the diamonds that you got on the Minecraft server, whoever the hell it was that said that a minute ago. I saw that some people had already like made it in the first couple hours of the Minecraft server being live, even with all the hard mode stuff that we'd enabled on the server. Someone had already made a frickin' nether portal. And you bastards, just breaking it. And nobody needs a nether portal on the hardcore server. I've been to the nether in our testing of the hardcore server at mc.roninpawn.com. Log on now. But keep watching the stream. I've been to the nether. You're just gonna die. You just die immediately. That's how it goes. The pigmen are always aggroed. They're stronger. They're angrier. Everything is aggroed. There's increased spawning on blazes. They're just all over the friggin' place. I need to nose down. If I'm flying this the way that I fly them. Yeah, SAS, find the middle. I need to nose down so we can make as much speed as possible now that we're above. I should have done it at 8.5 kilometers, but you saw how much attention I was paying. 600 meters per second, nose down even more. No, there you go. I got Neff in there at a decent spot. Yeah, it's kind of equatorial. It's kind of on the eastward. Anyway, we're losing height, but we're making speed, so the height will come back in a moment. The only engines that really have a problem with going supersonic are the Rapiers, but those have such a performance at altitude, says Renantes. Oh, I see. So that's why these can get away with just banking up ever so slightly and going. Alright. You should try a Terra Firmacraft server, Pawn. Nether doesn't even exist as far as I know. That's probably, yeah, good idea. 800 meters per second and 11 kilometers, and we're making that height again. We have our AppWeps is no ahead of us. And I wonder where the liquid fuel is stored in this. The liquid fuel is just liquid fuel. Well, it's back there, right? No? Where the hell is the liquid fuel? Because these are all LFO containers. There's nothing in there. That's just empty space. Are you just carrying unnecessary O up? No. Here we go. Liquid fuel. But are you burning liquid fuel out of everywhere? You are. Okay. See, that's something that you could do with fuel priorities. You could do it so that you would know when you're approaching being out of the liquid fuel that you brought for, you know, going up. Although I suppose if you just fly it right, then that's not a problem. But, you know, That way you can hand it to other people who don't fly things correctly, which is what you want to do. Like, if you put it in the Discord server for me, then that's exactly what you're doing. It's very pretty. It's very pretty. I love all the friggin' engines that are going on this thing. We're losing speed now. I'm gonna just hit spacebar and go to the next engines. I didn't notice we were losing speed, but we were. Go to the next engines and burn out the Panthers. Yeah, the Panthers, just by not having any intake air remaining. I've got my vector at 10 degrees on the bubble. My prograde's just barely above the horizon. But that'll change as we start making some serious speed. How are we doing on, like, the Delta V showing? We'll wait until the jet burning engines burn out, and then you'll have a good idea of what the actual Delta V in LFO is that you've got at this point. Wow. Those Panthers are sticking with us, man, for a good long time. Down to 1.1% intake air usage, though, so they'll be burning out momentarily. But we're also not making a lot of speed, and that's even with the help of the Panthers. So I'm worried about the TWR that we're going to have when the Panthers are gone on us. 3,000 Delta V. Intake air, 0.6. TWR at 0.85 right now. And now we're down to 0.75. And we're still making speed, but we're making it by the 10th of a meter per second. It's coming up. It's coming up better. I'm just going to let this thing burn exactly as it's burning right now. We're starting to gain, you know, our speed increase is starting to pick up some speed. Wow, that is close. That is close to being like at a flat TWR there. I mean, maybe that's the most efficient thing. Keep it as low as possible, and that doesn't seem like the most efficient thing. We'll find out, though. I'm going to leave it burning with this trajectory at 15 degrees. The Panthers are on, but they are hardly giving any thrust, said Rune Antilles. Yeah, they were only giving us like 10.1 on a TWR. They were giving us like 10% of our TWR at that point. When it dropped down to 0.75 from 0.85. It held, anyway. Come on, speed. Go, go, go. Delta V, strong. Lots of Delta V to be at 20-some kilometers with 1,000 meters per second, more or less. We can make orbit with this thing, for sure, but it's supposed to carry 8 tons to orbit, and I didn't put a payload in this thing. So we'll see. We'll see what kind of Delta V we've got left over. Low TWR usually means a lot of fuel per engine. So as long as you can keep your APWAPs climbing and drag is low TWR is a good thing. Okay. Okay, we don't have the orbital readings to switch over and click the prograde like you like to do through Antilles, and I burned through a lot of the liquid fuel. I burned through a lot more liquid fuel than I need. I mean, look at the disparity. And well, that's up here, actually. The better way to tell the disparity between LF and O is to go to one of these. Yeah, we went through a lot of liquid fuel into our oxidizers, so we don't have as much LFO to burn as I think was planned in this. Probably because of the way that I flew it, and my ascent is way too high right now. I'm nosing down to about 10 degrees on the bubble. A Team Fortress Classic server, says Ithacra. Minecraft? I loved Team Fortress in Quake back in the day. Like the original Quake, Quake 1. Oh, I killed it on Team Fortress, the mod. Or Capture the Flag, rather. That's what it was. It was Capture the Flag mod for Quake, man. I'd play as a scout, and damn, boy, I was just like, yeah. I was so fast and nimble, you couldn't hit me from nothing. I'd grab that flag, I'd be in and out of your base. It doesn't matter who you are. Time to APWAPS is now going down, says Rune Antilles. Oh, is it? Where would I get? Time to APWAPS at 21 seconds. Now going back up. Now going back up. Which, you know, I don't know. I'm just letting her go. We're making a butt-ton of speed, but we don't have a lot of height for the fact that we got this much speed. And I came up at a really high inclination. Didn't I? I came up, I thought I went real fast. Some things are starting to overheat now. We've just turned 1,000 meters per second in Delta V. We're below it now. Less than 1,000 meters per second in Delta V. Our current altitude versus our APWAPS is, I mean, we're just low in the atmosphere to be getting ready to kill the engines. And we are getting ready to kill the engines because we're at 2,200 meters per second, and all we need is 2,300 to, you know, be going fast enough to get in orbit. I'm following prograde now. 64, 65, 67, and killing the engines at 73 kilometers. We're at 39, so actually drag isn't going to be that big an issue. We are going to lose some speed, but not that much. We're okay. We're okay. We've only got 615 meters per second of delta V in here, though, and like I say, this thing was supposed to carry, didn't it say in the thing, an 8-ton payload to orbit? And we've still got to burn, well, actually not much. Not much. Our periapse is only negative 22, so we got 600 meters per second left. We're going to end with like 560 meters per second of delta V left with an orbit, is probably how this is going to go. I don't know. We might lose some of this. We will lose some of the speed as we go to the APWAPS, but I don't know how much yet. Never played the original Team Fortress, says Major Lord Exelbirth. I don't think I did either. I used to play the Half-Life version, says Thacker. I was a medic. I love playing medic in games. I used to play medic a lot in, Battlefield 2. Yeah, Battlefield 2. That was fun. You know, as long as you've got a medic who can get kills, who can do something proactive other than just keeping people alive, then those games are fun. And I found that the medic, I believe, in BF2 was a very useful soldier in and of his own right, and could help people out and drop kits and whatnot. Blowing up tanks was always fun in those games as well. Seems like someone didn't have an efficient ascent, says the Glaive. Yeah, I definitely burned a bunch of liquid fuel just trying to get my wings flat on the horizon before we headed off, because I did want to have, you know, an equatorial liftoff, and if you don't get it right earlier, then you're probably not going to get it right at all. So I wasted some there, and I definitely didn't do the Rune Antilles trick, which... Do you like that I've decided it's your trick and not just, like, you know, how physics works? No, it's Rune Antilles' trick. It's a cheat. It's a life hack. Brought to you by Rune Antilles. We're down to 570 meters per second of delta V. Ooh, I was guesstimating 560, and it's going to be more than that. It's going to be more than that. Nose me down. Nose me down toward the prograde. Hold there, and then fire up, fire up, fire up, and then throttle back, and then nose down a little bit more. And we've got circularization. We are in orbit. 71 and 70.5 with 523 meters per second delta V remaining. I just still question whether or not that could lift a payload of any significant weight. Who sent me this? Who sent me this? Was it Major Lord Exelbirth? Who sent me this? I do. I still strongly question. It's got no monoprop on it. So it's not carrying any extra weight. It's just LF and O. We are carrying a lot of weight in oxidizer that we don't need. So if the LF and O were more balanced at this point, I could see us having 800 or 900 meters per second. Maybe even 1,000. In fact, if I just jettisoned the O, if I had the mod installed where you can jettison fuel that you don't need, we could probably get our delta V up toward the 800s right now, and then I fly it better, and we get 200 or 300 more, and then we'd be in space with 1,200. It's possible. My trick only works if you have enough liquid fuel to do an efficient descent. Lets you get away with low TWR at takeoff, which saves weight on the air breathers, says Rune Antilles. Ah. Well, I mean, we made it up here with it. I'm not poo-pooing it. I just question whether or not it can do what it claims to do. False advertising. Hashtag blame... Hang on. Random viewer. Hashtag blame Triflistic. Noah, if you're here and you're not working on the Minecraft server, I love the idea it was put forward of having a exclamation point blame command. And all we need to do is create a link to the Triflistic, or to the random viewer thing, and change what Nobot says when you use it from congratulations to hashtag blame and then random viewer selection. Can we have that? Because you know how much I like to blame other people for my failures. Cheer 5. I like how your plan involves you flying it better, like that's an option, says Angelus. Cheer 5. Do blame. Does it exist? Does it just blame? Blame Noah Craw. Blame undefined. That's not fair. That's not fair. Blame. I already did it, said Noah Craw. Of course you did. And that's why we blamed Noah Craw first, because we knew we knew it was gonna have bugs in it. We can still blame Noah. This is good. I like this. I'm leaving this in space as much as the other. Oh, pawn? What? Here's another thing. You stupid silly git. What? Well, it's not staged correctly for this, actually. But at this point, like... No, we flew it all in one stage. But at this point, you would have more delta V to burn if you were to... In fact, can I just click it and deploy? Okay, it doesn't like to just be right-click deployed. You want to break it off. But you know, we get some delta V back from doing that. Shake it off. Break it off. Everybody's gonna Wang Chung tonight. Alright, just hit the space bar. Yeah, that didn't. I already deployed it and it's stuck there. Well, then do that. That didn't really detach it either. Okay, so there are some issues with this craft. Probably mainly they have to do with me. Although that is a really cool profile. If you could, like, intend to get that, once you get to space, to have one side build, like, a cargo bay into that, now that you're in space and you're never coming home. Right.
He's dead, Jim. He's dead.
Why the hell did it do undefined? Well, because undefined is in chat. You know, check the chat viewer list. That would be funny if somebody that I should have... Someone needs to have that account. The undefined account. Take me back to the Space Center. If we got any more... I know we've got more. You guys have sent me crafts probably that load out in the VAB. Probably put them all into the space planing. We gotta have more. We gotta have more things in here. Some of them I put over into the career mode because I hope to use them in the career mode because it'll be fun, and maybe we could do that tomorrow. But so that, what we just flew, was what? Ultra low-tech cargo SSTO, right? That's the one we just flew. Anything else that hasn't been loaded? The Windstrike V2 contains locked or invalid parts. Oh, we've had a couple of those today. Voldemort, the new one. Right. There's Pony's contribution to the space program. Thank you. Thank you for that. That's one of my favorites. Do I have anything in the VAB that I've never loaded before that maybe I moved it over there because it was clear it was going to be VAB craft? Nope. Nope, we've used all the things in the space playing area in the VAB. We've looked at all your craft that's in this save file. Is there someone who can raise their hand and say, but I uploaded a thing and you didn't look at it today? And it would have to be something that didn't have locked or invalid parts on me. This is sandbox mode, so I ain't gonna get any more parts in this unless I start installing mods, and I ain't installing your mods. Speak not the name of the name we do not speak. That's it, huh? We looked at all of them that we can look at. Anything that's got a picture next to it has been loaded. The Mini Lander Mark 1 can't be loaded. The Star Climber can't be loaded, and the Windstrike V2 sadly cannot be loaded. Raise his hand, says Hologram 1. Well, what did you send me? What did you send me that I'm supposed to have that I don't have? You know what? I'm going to go look at my downloads folder. And I'm going to read you the list of things that people have sent me. Can I sort by type? Sort by type. Okay? Show me all of these. We have the Dual Dep, which we looked at. We've got the Cadillac, which is old. We've looked at that before. The Madness Maker, I remember looking at that. Nova Industries MIN4, that's Noah Kraz stuff. The Outhouse, which we looked at on a different live stream. Pawntana, Mark II, and the other Pawntana. Those I've looked at, I'm pretty damn sure. Pony's Drone. Did I look at that? Sub 1 ton drone version, totally legit craft, which was Voldemort. Under 1 ton drone, and then there's a bunch of Voldemorts in here. Those are all the crafts that I've downloaded and left in my download directory. And everything else is loaded in here unless there's specials, unless there's extra stuff hiding. And I know there is. I believe there is. In the career mode save. Because you guys have sent me some things that I think I can actually use in the career mode, so I wanted to look at them over there. So, no, not here. Quit to the main menu, and let's go over to new Pawnington, and see if there's anything else. Of course, Star Climber can't be loaded. You don't have mods. I've got mods, just not those mods. Just not, you know, new Pawnington. You know, I'm afraid of adding mods. You know this. We've talked about it. A mod has to really convince me that it's worthwhile for me to take the risk that it's going to screw everything up one day or another. over to the space plane hangar. It's where I tend to drop all craft that I don't know what they are. We'll see if there's anything in here. Anything that I haven't loaded previously, which means no picture to the right of it. Aha! We do have a few things. I believe this is Parallel. Parallel sending me Cheered 5. Have you looked at my outstanding farming crafts yet? About to do so, Parallel. Parallel sending us because we've got a farm on the moon, and we're intending to plant potatoes. So if we're going to have a potato farm on the moon, we're going to need a potato farm on the moon. Huh? Huh? Look, it can even power itself to keep the light on. We'll keep the light on for you, Pepperidge Farm members. And it's got LFO for some reason. Why does it have LFO? Parallel. It's a controllable craft. It's got its own smart core, so I can interact with it. No engines, so it has to just be shoved in like a cargo bay sideways, I suppose, and taken up. Why am I dragging LFO up there? Does this fuel the growth of the potatoes? Is that the thing? Are we doing like genetically modified potatoes that they suck on liquid fuel and oxidizer in order to properly grow? Parallel Cheering 5. It's a bin to hold the potatoes, duh. Oh! It's not LFO in there. The game just doesn't have the capacity to understand where the weight is coming from. The weight is coming from the potatoes that we haven't grown yet. Somebody needs to mod this, and we need a mod where you can collect ore over time with a piece of farm equipment, and the ore is listed as potatoes, and the farm equipment is just a drill that drills the special resource of potatoes. Get on it, Noah! Like, I'm busy with a Minecraft server and integrating the exclamation point blame command. Get on it, Noah! Or Alex, you know, I know you've all got such free time, still trying to get the server locked away. So there, we've got a potato farm we can drag up to the moon, but no farm is complete without a grill station. You know, I mean, if you're growing potatoes, you wanna reap the benefits of what you've literally reaped the benefits of, and that's gonna require a place for cooking up dem dare taters, huh? So we've got, obviously, you know, propane. Took propane to the moon. A little bit of propane to fuel our grill, just in case things get out of hand. We got ourselves a, fire extinguisher, because you know how I like to grill. It's a lot of lighter fluid to start it, and also a fair bit of liquid oxidizer. So that'll do. And then there's a stop sign leaning up against it for when you tell me that we've made enough potatoes. I guess you just pick that up and shake it over your head, and then I know. Also, I'm seeing that must be, that's the bottle of that's the starter fluid, that's the lighter fluid. And I like to listen to my jams on the moon in an atmosphere that doesn't have oxygen and therefore doesn't communicate sound waves. It has a laser tracking module, and it bounces a laser off of the space helmet, causes it to vibrate, so that I can listen to my own rap songs that I recorded a decade ago. Because I'm just that full of myself. So there you go. These things need to be on the moon. Or some variant of them. Don't you agree? Potatoes, now you just mash them up and put them into a copper still. Oh no, you just mash them up. Vodka for all those lonely moon Kerbals. We're gonna need a still. Parallel, get on it. The glaive is... This needs more potatoes, says the new slur. They're under here. They're cooking. Who wants the skins when they're done? Is the question. We're gonna need it. What did we need? We need a still. I actually made a still once. Oh my god. You reminded me because... Alright, you won't be able to see it very well. Yeah, I'm gonna do it. Hang with me here, people. Hang with me. I should have a scene made already. I'm always doing this. I'm always going, I need a scene where I can show a thing that I can't show through the gameplay. And then I make it, and then as soon as I'm done with it, I delete it. Which is probably what I'm gonna do here as well. So back in the day, the reason why I actually started why I made the, what I'm about to show you, was because I was watching with my mother. Did you guys see the show Moonshiners on Discovery? On Discovery Channel? Have you ever heard of it? Moonshiners. Up in the
in the hills, in the Appalachian Hills, there's an ancient tradition of making liquor by hicks in dungarees and overalls.
And it starts out like that, and then you watch this show where the law is supposedly... It's presented as like a, you know, real life... You know, you're watching actual moonshiners in the Appalachian Mountains. And it's like, how can you shoot that show if they're violating the law, and then you're putting it on television, and you recorded them violating the law? Like, what? It's gotta be fake, right? Otherwise you could just arrest them. Look, we've got you on videotape doing what's illegal. Proof. Done. So it's gotta be fake. And they've got like a policeman with them on some of the shoots, where he's going around trying to catch him, and they never catch him. He just goes into the swamp and he's like looking around. I smell moonshiners, and then they never find the guys. It's the best fake reality TV ever. Cheer 5 because people are gullible, Pawn. It's the best fake reality TV ever. I mean, watching, you know, American hicks making moonshine. We make moonshine. There's this really old guy called Jim Tom. Jim Tom. Is it Jim Tom? I think it's Jim Tom, and he talks like this. And he wants to be a country music singer, but he spent his whole life making the moonshine. He can make a hell of a copper, still he can. It's like, they actually found a human Muppet for the show. It's the best fake reality television that I ever saw. So I was going to do that in Kerbal, which is why I made this thing that I haven't even been looking up because I've been just recalling. Hang on, so I had over my Steam Games folder. If I can get into it. There you go. And then over to Kerbal. Where you at? Kerbal Space Program. In my game data folder, under texture replace or replace. You've seen it before in the game, but I'm going to show you, because I made this astronaut's uniform for Kerbals, and it took a lot of tinkering. And it's going to be under Suits, and it's going to be under Farm Suit 1. And that's the one. Pop it open into that, and then take that. You need to be off. You can't be over there. Over here, and then add a screen capture of this. And then put me in there, because you know how I like, you know, me-centric I am. And then paste me in, and there you go, and push it live. That's my map. That's my map, which I made for the Moonshiners, because I was going to do a parody Kerbal Space Program episode of the Moonshiners. Doing Jim Tom. Now we gotta get to the moon here. Make some true moonshine. You know what I mean? Moonshine has to be made. If you're not making moonshine on the moon, well then you're not doing it right. You can't call it moonshine. So I made this. By hand. I still have the build, says Runan. For a few glorious months we got to, fly stuff out of a barn, says Runan Dillies. Really? You did? When did I get to? I never got to. I too like the idea of a barn to start the VAB, but I might be very heavily biased because of the First Flight fan fiction. Oh god. Which version had the barn in it? 1.0? I never saw the barn. I never got to see the barn in action. They made the model, they published pictures of it, and then it was supposed to come out, I think in 90, and I made this like, oh, the barn is coming out, and then they said no, and I said, what are you doing not making the barn? So I made that video, about it, and then eventually, like, they got back to me and said, you know what? Screw it, the barn's in. We're with you. It looks awesome. And I said, yes, 1.0, the barn's coming out. And then I got the 1.0, and there was no barn in it, and they never released the barn. I was lied to. But you guys want to see the pictures of the barn? Because I've definitely still got them around here. Give me a moment. I just got to find them. It's a beautiful model. I mean, in comparison to what I called the Windows 3.1 colored, starting buildings. Horrible color scheme, just simple cube-like buildings with no character or flair to them at all. Oh, God. So that'll be under videos. It'll be under projects, which is under resources now. Resources, projects, and then it's going to be under Kerbal something. KSP streams? Saves? No? Where the hell would the barn be? Do I have the word, is the barn here anywhere? I know I've saved all the pictures. I saved them all forever. Because it's a beautiful design. KSP streams, no. I'll just search in my resources folder for, Kerbal? I don't know, because it's not going to be named Barn. Where are you? I got so much stuff named Kerbal with the name Kerbal in it. By the way, here's, Oh, you don't get to... I can't show it to you, can I? I can show it to you. So here's something I also did once upon a time. I was going to make an animation with Kerbals, and they were going to be talking to each other, and I was going to do all the mouth animations in Flash. This is one of the things that I've had planned for Kerbal Space Program that never came together. So I made up all these little mouth images, and then I made the half eyes on the Kerbal and everything. So what he's saying right there is hello world. Do you see it? Hello world. Hello world. Hello world. Hello world. He looks stoned. Yeah, that was what I was going for. I was very into, you know, graphic editing, modifications and whatnot. Give me this back up. Close this down. I want you seeing that stuff. Apparently it's just grabbing whatever shows up in this window, so that's fine. Google Images is faster. Is it? There we go. Except for I need to move it. Oh, you need to just be different than you are, sir. You just give me the settings, and then refresh. Just remove and put it back up there. Okay, I clicked on a thing. And that's not it. Oh, it's better if I can find it through my own deal. Yeah, it's better if I can find it on my hard drive. Give me a minute, because these images are too small and hard to access. And I know I've got it here in my list. If I hadn't just closed down my list. Barn? Search for barn, not the whole PC. Search it on just the D drive and just under, well, actually just the D drive. It might be in my pictures too. I don't know where I'm keeping this thing. The Imgur album from Squad is still up, actually. There you go. Now that'll work. That'll work well. Give me that. And then my brother did a thing. Most viral images. Okay. Somebody. Why are there two images of people who are shirtless on Imgur right now? Damn it. Damn it. Add a screen capture of this. It's gonna be that area, more or less. Good work. And then you've got to, nope. You got to be a non-exclusive window capture. Yeah. And then stretch her out. And then put me above it. There we go. So here's the barn. Here's the barn that we almost had. Oh, damn it. You gotta click there. And then, is this good? Can I do this? No, that's my brother did a thing. I screwed it up. I was trying to see, what is this? What are you? 2.5 years ago, my brother turned his life upside down. I couldn't be more proud. Yeah. I'm so proud that you lost weight. Good way to serve the human race. Go back to the images. How do I get to the next one? Gotta be a button in here. There's a barn behind him. There's some stuff behind. Show me some actual images of this thing. Here we go. So that's not a good image. Yeah. There you go. A barn over here. This is out back, I believe. You know, storage silos for your grain and whatnot. It's storing liquid fuel, of course, because it's been converted. But the best part of it was out front, where you had little trailers. You got little places for the Kerbals to live, you know, and right around the launch pad, there was no runway in here, and you see this other thing that they had all these different like dirt paths that were going to become, you know, they were going to upgrade to concrete over time. It was such a good idea, and I waited to see. I wanted to see the inside of the barn. You know, this color palette kind of sucks too, honestly. But you know, it has character. I was looking forward to building a drone and driving around this, and then we got the other. And then we got the other, didn't we? And yeah. Cheer 5, we need to get in contact with that guy who made it so the stations all have more upgrades instead of just 3, and tie in these models with that mod and bargain rockets. Wouldn't it? Wouldn't it be, though? View from R&D rules. Look at that. Look at that. I'm guessing that was going to be the, administration's building. right? And it's got an air conditioner, like an old school air conditioner hanging out the window. Some of the models were definitely, like, this was, you know, the complaints were, are you kidding me? Is this a placeholder model? This polygonal car that's rusted, that is, how can you put that next to, you know, the fine work of, what's his name? That made the other, you know, finely greebled model. How can you do that on Reddit? That's what they were yelling about. It's like, yeah, you got a point, you know, hard lines and stuff, but it's got character. It's got character, and, you know, they could have polished up the polygonalness of things. Consider some of it placeholder stuff, but people complained so loudly on Reddit that this is not my Kerbal Space program that they just shelved it. They just shelved it. And look, you got a little space for, that's where you sleep, in the trailer right there. And then, you know, the kitchen would be over here, and there's your window. And the it is actually historically accurate. The best thing is this represents some NACA inherited NASA sites in the 60s. Really? This was a really good idea. It was a good idea, and a lot of heart and soul was... Look, the tires are embedded into the ground and stuff. This was not a finished version. You know, they put out some Reddit images showing, look where we're headed with this stuff, and they got such horrible feedback from people saying, I don't agree with my Kerbal Space programming having actual character to it. I play for the realism. Well, you got realism now. Boring Windows 3.1 toned buildings in place of this. It's the Space Center was like an old, you know, corn silo that they'd stuck a telescope into, or the R&D, you know? Look at that. And, you know, they're complaining the textures are like really cartoony and stuff. Yes, they are. Look at that. Look at that. But it has so much... It makes up for its early status with all the character that it had. You guys would have, like, given it a little bit of praise on Reddit for this is a really good idea. I think you need to go back to school on some of your textures and modeling. We'd appreciate that. You know, they would have heard you and done that, but instead all they heard was you saying, we don't like it, we don't want it, get it out of here, and then they took it away. Damn you, Reddit. Curse you! Curse you! And then we got a very rushed-looking, ugly replacement to it. Look at what we could have had. Look at what we almost had. These still exist, by the way. You know, I mean... They've got them in a file on a shelf somewhere. Squad does, or the remnants of whoever owns KSP now has got this, I'm sure, somewhere. And they landed a plane out here. They hadn't figured out what they were going to do with the airstrip. There were definitely problems and complications for this as well. One of the things was that this was back when KSP was still 32-bit exclusive, which meant the textures had to be loaded into a space that was always getting smaller and smaller and smaller. So having new textures for barn stuff, which is probably why they looked a little cartoony, having a whole bunch of new high-quality textures for barn stuff was eating up your 32-bit space, or it would have done if they kept developing on it. Another challenge was, how do you get it so that I can upgrade, like, this area, whatever the hell that's supposed to be? How do you get it so I can upgrade that and it doesn't look completely wrong next to the barn? Like, if this is going to be dirt, can I get this to look like, you know, paved road, and then this is all dirt without screwing up the aesthetic? And you could have. It just would have been, it was a design challenge. It definitely would have been a design challenge to get this done. Paul, make it happen, says Kenneth One. Oh, I'd love to make it happen. I mean, all the mods exist to be able to do this kind of a thing. We don't have access to this, you know, Space Center here, but mods exist to load in physical, permanent, non-interactable buildings and stuff like that. So you could just bury the KSC in replacement buildings, the early Tier 0 buildings. You might be able to get the KSC to just disappear. I'm pretty sure there's mods out there where you can move the KSC somewhere else. You can't get rid of the models, but if you can do that, you could sink the whole KSC into the surface of Kerbal where you never see it and then just put stuff on top of it. There's a lot that's doable in terms of modding, but I don't have the technical expertise in KSP's modding set to do it. I don't have the technical expertise in anything. I would have to put a lot of effort into learning, is the thing. And, you know, 4 or 5 live streams a week and chronic fatigue is about all I can do. That and eating pizza, ruining my health. Look at that. I love that they did sandbags. The sandbags are very... I like that model. I like the model. I like the texture. I wouldn't have changed that at all. That's fine. I don't mind it being a little cartoony. I think it's nice. I think it's nice, I do. You can make some good moonshine on these facilities. That's the launch pad, isn't it? It's got to be the launch pad. Why else would you have the... Yeah, so that's the launch pad, and then this stick was going to be what? Like, you leaned the rocket up next to it in order to make it go? I think that pole was going to have to come out at some point. I found that KSP modding isn't very well documented, says Pony. Yeah, it's real tricky. I don't know if you can get rid of KSC, but you can move it and create another. That's what I'm saying, Runantle, is if you can move the KSC, then you could bury it in the surface. Or if you're saying you can move your spawn point and you can't move the KSC, then you just move, you know, to a different continent, which could also be integrated into the game. Imagine, like, having your barn space as your starting space center, and then over the course of the game, like, you unlock and then move to the normal KSC on a different continent, or, you know, the other side of the mountains or something like that. You can have your barn out in the plains in the middle of the continent, and then later you buy one that's on the You'd have to bury it, though, because you'd see it coming up, which, yeah. Yeah, it would be better if you could bury that. But you could bury it with terrain, even. There's a lot, you can make it work. You could totally make it work to replace all of the facilita. I just don't know if you could make them interactable the way that the, and upgradable, the way that the facilities are in KSC. It takes a hand. But we've got design documents. I drew up design documents that a lot of people contributed to in Google Docs on a set of mods that would be, you know, basically Kerbal Space Program 2.0. It would focus on, I was calling it story mode KSP, because it would give you a reason to do the next thing, and a reason to do the next thing, and it would be telling kind of a story as you go, the story of exploring space. You know, before you tried to land on Duna, before it would even offer you a contract to land on Duna, it would say, you know, send a probe to Duna, like the rover that we sent to Mars. You know, send that, to figure that out first. It would do things in an order that made sense, and it would reward you for doing them. When you had truly conquered Minmus and the moon and stuff like that, you would unlock on Minmus the ability to refuel any craft when you park it near a space, or no, a surface station on Minmus, a Minmus space station, a surface station rather, non-orbital. You would be able to refuel anything using monoprop, which would be great for Minmus, because you could build so much fun stuff to play around with on monoprop on Minmus, and then just be able to, you know, crush it. You'd get that ability after you had already, like, dominated Minmus, and you'd really established your presence there. That could totally be done in the mods. That's really nice. I liked the images that they took of them flying around it. Look at it from above. Those dirt paths that seem to go off in different directions, and it's all, you know, it's just, I keep coming back to the word character. There's so much character in this. They had wind turbines for... Are there wind turbines in the other one? I don't notice them because the whole thing is so bland if they've got them. From very, very high above now. Well, okay. Do you want to settle down? Settle down. It doesn't want to settle down. Okay, that's... So apparently the... Imgur is now shaking its nodding its head. Yeah, this is great. You should do that. You should have done that. It's clearly not done. Clearly not done. And yet, you know, it never got done. As people complained. Oh, I'm sure you can pull up from that one. He'll be fine. He will be fine. Ah. Hashtag not dead. There's a mod that makes it so you can upgrade buildings more, and it supports custom models, says Paradlel. I'm telling you, all the mods already exist. Most of the mods already exist. What I haven't seen that I would need, and it's one of the simplest things, but I've never seen it in the game. Let's get back over to at least the game scene here. What I haven't seen as a mod is making your own custom information windows. You know what I'm talking about? Like, back out here, you know, when you pop into Kerbal Space Program for the first time, Gene Kerman pops up and says, "Hello, welcome to the Space Center. I'm Gene Kerman. There are buildings here. Click on them to do things." He says that to you. And easiest thing in the world, you'd think, in order to, like, get little custom pop-ups like that in the game. That, I've never seen that done in modding. I've never seen, you know, anybody mod little custom messages like that. But that would be what I would be going for story mode. You could make this game so much more progression-oriented and so much more, you know, there's a reason to go to Duna. There's a reason to go beyond Duna and Eve. You could do that so much with just little text-based messages, just little, you know, Gene Kerman pops up and says, "Hey, we got this information for you. We got that? You missed my cheer earlier," says Major Lord Exelberth. "Oh, I was just trying to trick you into cheering more." I wasn't. Where is it? How far back was it? Tier 5, that's parallel. Okay, maybe it's not that far back and I scrolled right past it. It's Major Exelbirth. It's the last time you spoke. You should have just, don't worry, EA will probably buy up the company and offer this as 20 different microtransactions. Let's hope. What's the criteria to get it free? I will get that for free, by the way. What? The Making History DLC will do all the things that are missing for that story mode. Oh yeah, Runentles? I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you. All the mods exist. All the mods exist that I want. I've seen before where people have had, I don't think it's been kept up to date, but people have had mods in KSP where if you drive a craft close enough to like a fuel tank that was down here at the VAB, then you could refuel that tank on the fly. And I always thought that was cool because I always wanted to like leave craft parked out. And I know that that was bad for the game and bad for the frame rates and stuff, and so they never really thought much about doing that. But I always wanted to do that, and I just love the idea of being able to take a plane, you know, an SSTO, go to orbit, land it, pull it up, refuel it, right-click it, refuel it, and then be able to take it off and run more missions with it, or park it somewhere, you know? What about a parking area where, you know, you move it inside a building, and then once it's inside that building, it's like, it's there, so you can load in the game world, you can like walk around inside this building, you can walk, or maybe just an area on Kerbal, you can walk around there and see your craft that you've made sitting out, okay? But physics isn't loaded in that area. Now this is, I'm just being crazy now, I've never thought of that before, but it just occurred to me. The idea of being able to like park your own craft out, and be able to see them parked on your space center, and have a bunch of, but physics isn't loaded for them on an individual level. It would screw things up if you flew something into it, but I'd give that up for having the trade-off of being able to not have extra parts loaded, not have every extra physics parts loaded in here, but still leave my craft out. And in that area, you can refuel your craft and stuff like that. There's so much that could be done to make this feel more like your world when you take it over, not like you're visiting, and feel more like you're progressing through the game and conquering space, dominating it, whipping your alpha penis on it. We could auto-spawn refueling station when objective X is met, says Runantelli. Exactly, and that's what I had planned for in the design documents for Minmus. It would be an auto-spawned refueling station. It was actually going to be an auto-spawned base on Minmus. The idea was, once you've completed a certain set of things on Minmus, it gives you the mission, take this special custom part that we'd mod in to Minmus, and it'd be a very high-weight thing, and then you'd have to, like, take a certain number of Kerbals up into it, but the idea would be you'd put it on Minmus, and then you would leave it on Minmus, and for the sake of loading, I figured you'd have to like go away and come back, but the idea was once you put that on Minmus, wherever you put it, we would load the model for a permanent structure onto Minmus, and then put it right there where you'd left it, and delete the thing that you left up there, and then that station would have the auto-refueling for monoprop, and you would do the same thing on Duna, except on Duna, you would be able to build craft on alternate launch pads. And you would be able to do so with... I think I decided that there would be limitations to it, because you're on Duna and it's harder to get resources, but you wouldn't have to bring the resources the way other mods do it, because you're on Duna, you just assume at a certain point you've conquered Duna, we can mine, we can get resources, we can make stuff. Maybe there would be just like a weight limitation on Duna, or... I don't know what the limitation would be, but that was the idea of like making it feel like there's a reason to go to Duna, there's a reason to conquer Minmus, there's a reason to push beyond. Eventually, basically the game would be kind of done and unlocked when you got your space station on... What's the moon in orbit of Jool that's basically Kerbal? You know, that has all the characteristics of Kerbal. You would get yourself a space station, and that would be equal to the VAB, but you'd have this whole new launch point at a different place in the solar system. And from there, we'd have to start thinking about mods where you expand the solar system. Huh? Ice Cream, there are limited parking spaces, and Houston ain't giving you his. Kerbal Side actually lets you interact with fuel tanks, says Hologram 1. See? You will be able to build that campaign on Making History or any other story. Cool, I totally get why they didn't go with the story. It's a missed opportunity, but everybody has a different idea, and their idea of the story would have never contented everyone. Well, like, my idea isn't a story even. It's just, I called it story mode because it was a game progression. It's a thoughtful release of the randomly generated crap that they throw at you here. You know, the way that they unlock a certain things at the front that make sense in certain orders, you'd have story mode missions that would unlock in sequence and give you an idea and be teaching you the game as you go. Like right now, there's no reason, I don't believe there's ever a contract in stock KSP that gives you a reason to learn about stationary orbit satellites. Like, our whole, like, you know, in terms of learning about space, it's like what we do the most often as human beings in space is we put satellites in a stationary orbit above a certain point so that we can establish communications grids. In Kerbal, 1, you're never presented with the information of where you would place it, and 2, you're never given a reason to. It's never explained to you. You're never given a mission to do that. They give you all these missions to place satellites in weird, eccentric, crazy orbits. I've never seen one to place it in an orbit that makes sense. You could teach people how to use the Kerbal communications satellite by doing this story, saying we're going to need a Kerbal communications thing. And you could still have the game completely open with all the random crap that they throw at you there. You wouldn't even have to play the story mode missions if you didn't want to, but they'd be coming up in a sequence and an order that moved the game forward, that taught people how to play the game. You'd unlock Delta V information as you go. You would unlock the ability to see Delta V in the space. You would teach people how to play instead of just saying, here's a great big sandbox. We called this a game and career mode, but we really just tacked this crap on and didn't think that much about it. It's building a game into Kerbal Space Program where there isn't one, is the idea. Why can't I go to Moho first? It's what I did on my career modes, is Renan. You can do that if you want to, but, you know, KSP could bring in so many more players. I'm sure it's lost a ton of players that came on, were really excited, had seen people on YouTube, had heard their friends playing it, and they got in here and they were like, oh, this is cool, and they started playing around with it. Never learned anything about Delta V or thrust to weight ratios or Oppenheimer, this and that. Didn't learn about, stationary positions for satellites in orbit, communications networks. Didn't learn about none of that stuff because they got in here, the game did not explain itself, did not teach them how to play it. They weren't rocket scientists. And, you know, they didn't want to go and study rocket science in order to play a game on their own. This game could do so much more for educating as well as entertaining with the few million changes that I have in mind, and I just need a little bit of funding on Kickstarter. The people who aren't screwed are the people who want a game instead of a simulator, says Maze Lord. I don't know what. I still think they should have added in anomaly contracts, which would be more incentive for going to other planets and stuff, and could be given more linear. That's a good idea too. Yeah. You know, don't just have these Easter eggs that you gotta fly around and hope that you stumble on, or just look up in the wiki like everything else in this damn game, and then go to and be like, okay, that's the thing, I went there, now I can screenshot, yeah, I did it, after looking it up. You know, give missions that are like, we've seen something weird up there, and then, you know, you can go to the Easter eggs without being just looking it up and having to go exactly there. You know, you could lead people there without leading them there. There's something weird on this portion of we're picking up weird radio signals, or, you know, you could have fun with it. And it's Oberth. Oppenheimer was the bomb. Oh, yeah, I know Oppenheimer was the bomb, man. The Oberth effect. Didn't Oppenheimer has some rules that apply for space travel, doesn't he? I don't know. Just playing devil's advocate, says Renan Tilly. The issue with playing devil's advocate is that you're advocating for the devil. It's not true. Like, there is a certain argument to not building a game to where it's like so linear that you can't break out of it. But I've considered that, and our design documents are built around the idea that you could still play the career mode any way you wanted to. I mean, our design documents are for a mod, so you don't have to install it, you can play this crap. But if it were integrated as the career mode campaign, you can integrate it without being like, now you have to do this and you have to do that. It's just there. You know, you go into the mission control, and in the available missions, you got all the yellow ones, and then you've got green ones that are popping up that say, you know, campaign mode, story mode, or, you know, important mission, whatever. You don't have to do it. It's not going to keep you from progressing on the random stuff. But it would lead you through, and as it led you through, when you took those missions, instead of generating this kind of text, as a consequence of a somewhat worse than average accident at Curlington Model Rockets and Paper Products Inc., we're forced to look for some outside help. We need someone to apply the scientific method in space. So if you could point some of those satellites our way, we'd be rather pleased. This random text that doesn't give you any information about what you're supposed to do, that doesn't have anything to do with it, you could put text in there that's worth reading, that explains things. When you complete the mission, you come back, Gene Kerman says, you know, congratulations, you completed the mission. We used the science that you just collected to learn things about how to play the game that we're now going to teach you. And we educate you at the same time as we make it fun. I could talk about this for hours. I could talk about this for hours. The devil is more moral than God in most religions. It's true. It's true. God is a weakling. It would have been nice if it gave you missions to go to Duna and Eve at the same time, as is the secret to every pony. He did light the fuse that spawned the design for Orion. Oppenheimer? Well, you know, what are you gonna do? I've never found an anomaly by accident, says it's the secret to every pony. Me neither. Me neither. You just gotta look them up and go to it. It's the Easter eggs and anomalies and stuff like that. It's like, you know, you put them in there for yourself and then you document them on the wiki and then we just fly to them and it's like, hey, I flew to another place. What do you want, Paws? Paws wants to be on the show. You want to come up? You want to close this thing down for me? We have looked at a number of your craft today and we have bitched exactly the right amount about Kerbal Space Program. In a positive way. In a positive way, I'm telling you all the things that could be made, you know, that would make KSP better without ruining the way that you want to play it. And, you know, sandbox mode is always an option. Let's just have a career mode that actually is a game. Because otherwise, we should just sandbox it. Screw it, you know? These missions are, even as we're progressing right now, like, I'm a little bit bored with the missions that we've got. Because we've been to the moon over and over and over again. Not that I can do it perfectly. Not that I know how to land on the moon. With any, I just throw things at it and see how, you know, there's still room there, but it's getting like, you do the same things over and over again, and I'm a little bit bored with it, but as a live streamer playing KSP as often as I do, I get worried that you guys are going to get bored with it, because how many times can you fly to the same 2 moons over and over again? You know, I have to take potatoes to the moon in order to make it fun, is the thing in this game. And every time that I have to learn something new, I'm on my own, and I end up having to read documents and then try it. There's no, like, leading in the game, and it's imbalanced, and I find all these things. It just becomes a frustrating 6-hour live stream of me getting angrier and angrier at the game not teaching me what I need to know. Just giving the other side of the argument. That's fine. In fact, the main problem is still calling finished a game that is clearly still in development. Yeah, 1.0 release was a mess, man. The bugs and glitches in the 1.0 when they let it go. You don't do that. Welcome to Stream Leonidas 5. You've got us just in time for the end. I'm very sorry. I'm very sorry. It's okay, though, because you missed the last half hour of complaining about Kerbal Space Program. So we saved you some grief. I think we're mostly on the same page here with KSP that, damn, they built a nice sandbox. If only they'd had some designers to make us a game out of it. Tier 5, that's why I want you to put a few comsats in solar orbit. Expand your sandbox. And perhaps we will do tomorrow at the next Kerbal Space Program live stream. 4 p.m. Eastern. We'll be right back here playing KSP. Hopefully I'll have some more energy. And on that live stream, I intend to, you know, do something. This was mainly just having fun and tinkering with your craft, which I wanted to do. Last week I said we were going to do it. I didn't have a lot of energy. It was also a fairly good rap battle live stream. So there's that. I am the Ronin Pawn! Thanks for coming out, guys. We'll try and come up with something fun to do on the next live stream, which is tomorrow at 4 p.m. Kerbal Space Program, if I can manage it. 3 live streams on 3 days in a row. Oh, I'm pushing myself. I'll see you tomorrow, hopefully. Pawn out.
There was no fun at all, no more fun at all. At the beginning of all times, the sea was clean and sea was wide. In it swam the Savior, having the time of her life. At the beginning of all the times, the only living being that had fun lived in the sea, singing la la.